pure gaping.
That's good from our felt.
Macker Lane's Bakery, shout out to them. They're getting Biscoff Rocky Road. Absolutely fantastic. We
Happy
treats
days. Are we recording now by the way?
Aye, yeah.
Yeah, no, just making sure.
I wasn't sure.
Before I say anything incriminating.
I seen the camera there, and then I was going to say we are good, Jude. We're good. We are good.
Hey,
Fantastic.
Jude.
Fantastic. I wasn't really ready, but it doesn't matter.
No, you're dead on. Just so you know when.
No matter.
I hope everyone's seen that dribble that you just
Just get on with it. No, I wasn't seen. I'm going to cut that out.
I'm just realising you're wearing a Shroot Farms Beats jumper as
Yes.
well.
in that class.
You see how much compliments I get for this is unbelievable. Like,
That's a good icebreaker.
it's a good wee jumper. Like, it comes in different colours.
Right,
I would look it up, guys. It's really hard to find actually online now, but it's a nice wee jumper. Anyway, welcome, Niamh.
Thank you, lads.
Niamh Costello. Niamh Campbell? Is that? Would you prefer Campbell?
So
Hard question.
I
really.
haven't changed over like any of my
I don't.
documents, like
Don't
my
do it.
passport,
It's
my
a
license
nightmare
or
to do,
anything.
isn't it?
It's like honestly,
It is.
I've kept my I know in journalism like I'd have a byline.
That's right,
And
yeah.
one of the boys did ask me in work like, do you want to change it? And I was like, no, I'll keep it for now because I might change it because to be fair. So I'm got married in case people are like, Costello is a cooler name than Campbell. Like
I
it
like
is a
that
cool
surname,
name.
to be fair.
Like if Lee's name had been
is,
Smith,
but-
I would have just.
But do you not want to like assert your dominance on the relationship and like keep your name?
Like, so a lot of journalists do that. That's what some of the girls were saying, like women like were saying to me. They were like, you know, we keep our maiden names for bylines because that's what you always like. If you started journalism and you weren't married, which is fair enough, and that's how people know you. But I said to like, I might still change it to Costello. I don't know, but then
You might fall out.
see. I've changed it. I've changed it in social. I've followed lol. I changed it in social media. Facebook's a real handling to change it though. They want you to upload like your
ID.
wild.
They're looking your face. And
Yeah, and as I come aboard with that right now, but I was going to change it in social media so that when headers come to find me and they look up Niamh Campbell,
Yeah.
they
Good
just
idea.
find Niamh Costello.
find you.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
because headers do find me at the minute. But I did say to Lee, I might go double barrel and be like Niamh Campbell Costello or Niamh Costello, and he was like, "You are not posh."
Campbell Costello's cool.
Because the two C's.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, right. But he was like, you are not posh enough. He was like, people's going to think you're going to rock in with a double barrel name. You're a real middle class. Sure, like that is a real posh thing. And I'm going to land in with this voice. And they'll be like, what the hell? So
I like the Niamh Campbell Costello.
very long.
That sounds cool. Like
It does sound cool.
That sounds
but
cool.
very royal family. Like, you know, like, and then I rock up like with the
We'll
East
avoid-
Tyrone accent.
We'll avoid that. Very good, very good. Well, welcome. We appreciate
Thanks,
you popping on. Have you ever listened to the podcast before?
I have. I listened to the one my husband was on, Lee Costello, and I listened to Michael Holgate was on.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I can't really remember. Like it was months ago. Like
It's a while ago.
yes, but I've always watched your reels and stuff that come up on Instagram and all. Yeah.
We make them quite long, but I think that's just in case you're like, I don't want to watch that. But you get to see enough. You see enough of the episode to be like, aye or no. I think we give enough. I'm
not gonna lie as well. Like I actually wouldn't be a massive podcast listener. Like
No?
like I am. And like I don't know. I just put music on. I don't even listen to the
Really,
radio. That's really bad for a journalist. But like I try to switch off.
Radio's
So
terrible.
yeah. So but I have listened to like a good few of your episodes now, but it hasn't been in a long time. But I do always watch your reels.
Fantastic. That's good to know. That's why our reels are so big and then our listens are so low. I'm joking. No, brilliant. Look, welcome to the podcast. Appreciate you coming on. We do a bit of a quick fire
Right.
on this podcast, and if you had listened, you would have known, but it's okay.
Lee did warn me.
So, no, it's not going to be anything crazy. We actually cut them down since Lee's been here because some of these podcasts last nearly 3 hours sometimes. Like my wife's like, where the fuck are you at? Jude's family send out SOS.
Like he's gone just on a Wednesday.
And Fergal fiance is like, what's the point if you're going to be at that podcast for 4 hours?
Sorry,
Like,
she's in Banbridge, she's fine.
oh, she's okay. It doesn't matter. So, get us kicked off.
Right.
Tea or coffee?
Both, but tea.
Hot or cold?
As in the weather?
Yes. No, just in general.
Hot and cold, because it's easier to warm up, isn't it? Than it is to cool down.
Early bird or night owl?
Oh, night owl. I am wild. I can't get up in the mornings. So night
When do you go to bed?
lads, I swear to God, like I don't fall asleep before 2 a.m.
Ah, fuck off.
Real bad.
What are you
But
up doing?
that's-
Doom
that's a
scrolling or
bad-
what?
I probably a bit of that. I'm reading too, but I just like, I just don't know where the night goes.
What are you reading?
Well, like I try to read it. Like I'm reading different things. I'm reading a book at the minute on my Kindle app. Now it's still bad because I'm still reading on a screen because it's a Kindle app. Do you know Susie Dent? She does the corner in Countdown. No, 8 out of 10.
Oh,
Susie.
yeah.
She has
The one
a-
that goes in
She's
the
very,
dictionary and
she's
everything.
very smart.
She's a novel and it's like a murder. Well, I don't know if it's murder. It's like a mystery.
Right.
But it's really, so that's what I'm reading at the minute. So yeah.
Wow.
Any use?
But
Any
it's
good?
still, it is. It's good. Like, and it's all about people that work at a dictionary. Because obviously she knows all stuff
Aye.
about words. So it's actually, it's very, it's
They
really,
work at a dictionary.
they work at like the CED dictionary in Oxford. And
That's quite a funny job.
it's good, and that's obviously what she's done. Yeah. But it is good, like, and it's like a wee mystery novel. It's real nerdy, like it's real cozy.
Very good. The working at the dictionary's got me there. Like,
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I've got like
Exactly.
my questions, and you don't work at a dictionary, so I'm not going to ask you, but what I was thinking was, like, whenever new words come up, do they, like, ring a bell in the office? They're like, and then they all have to sit round and be like,
Yeah.
like they got a seal and a seal's.
Or they're like, dirtbird.
Yeah,
Dirtbird.
yeah.
Do I put dirtbird into
But you know
this?
Do
the
we
way
add
they-
that like selfie?
Aye,
Selfie became a word and
selfies.
stuff, yeah.
You know,
All those millennial words and
all the wee millennial ones.
Yeah.
There's
Amazeballs.
one I learnt the other day. I'm going to feel really old saying this, but Clena said something to me in the house, and she said something about, I've got tea.
No tea, no shade as well.
is that gossip?
Yeah.
Gossip.
Goss.
Did you know that,
It's
Jude?
very Gen Z.
No, it's very Gen Z.
Yeah.
Very
I
Gen
think
Z.
we're all millennials here, aren't we?
well,
Yeah.
she shamed me for it. Like, I don't know. She shamed me for not knowing that. Like, how the fuck would I know
It's
that?
very
Like,
TikTok.
I stay the fuck away from TikTok. Like,
I'm addicted to TikTok.
that's what you're reading
For-
at night instead of your
yeah.
Kindle.
Yeah.
TikTok for the one.
Do you watch TikTok?
Sure I do.
I don't know, Jude. I always felt like you're the guy that would just be sitting at home with,
You'd be
with a
against
book. Like,
No, I do like reading too, but I don't know. I was on the let's ignore TikTok for a long time, and then it's come to it's fucking amazing.
Aye.
I know you'd be.
why is it amazing?
Because it hasn't took over with all the fucking Instagram once
You're
was
one-
a place where there wasn't much bullshit. Now it's full of bullshit.
Instagram is like Twitter's just like the biggest cesspit of all. Facebook is just old people
gone.
rowing. And
Oh, big long comments.
I love-
essays.
yeah.
I love seeing that stuff. It's so
Oh,
funny.
I like sometimes it's funny as I can't have the mental health capacity for this. Instagram is people just acting like their lives are all better than what they are,
Yeah.
and TikTok is just if you get your algorithm right, it's just funny and wholesome, and you can. But then it's dangerous too because that's why I started reading again because you spent hours just scrolling on TikTok like at night.
So
I'm
addictive.
staying the fuck away from TikTok. Like,
No, I stay
It's the
away.
most addictive.
I post on it and then just get out, like get off there.
do you know one of my goals in life is like just to not be on social media ever again?
Oh,
You're in the wrong
Me too.
career.
I know, but
I'm past time.
I know that. I'm literally trying to figure it out. How do I
You
stay
should
off
be more
this?
like Jude. And
How
go
do I stay
fishing
off
and,
this?
carving wood.
But
and
he's
stuff
on
like that.
doom scrolling TikTok every night.
He couldn't get away from
it.
it.
I actually very rarely go on, but when I do, you catch up.
What's your type of content? What are you watching?
What's in your algo?
I'm actually not even gonna.
ASMR people like
I
you know.
can't do ASMR at all.
Nah, I don't like it. I don't like people telling me what to do.
Stupid dog videos, like what's this?
That's what I like, stupid dog videos.
Just
Stupid.
heads eating fucking Chineses.
I like people. I used to really love horror films, but I find the older I've got, I can't watch scary films. So my like niche TikTok genre now is watching people who are hilarious describing what happens in horror films and giving you the whole snap. I swear that's
Is it
like
because
a proper.
you're scared of them, or you just I can't even deal with them anymore?
I don't know. Like I just feel like I just they stay with me longer in my brain, and I'm like no, I just think the world's scary enough. But
There's
I'm
some
like I
great
can't
horror
be.
movies out at the minute. My fiance has got me back into horror. She loves horror
I
films. That's
still,
also watching.
I still like I'll go and watch The Conjuring. Like I love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite.
It's out now, the new one, isn't it?
Yes, Halloween's my favorite time of year. Like, love it. But there's some horror films I watch, and there's some I'm like, no. Like, I look up as well. I'm like, is there any animals gonna die in this? Can't be dealing with that. Like,
You vegan?
I like, no, just dogs are better than people. Like, I don't really mind if a person gets murdered, if a dog gets killed or something, you know.
Especially in
That's
movies.
fucked
It's
up.
just,
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. Like,
It's harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'll just make sure if there's anything really scary or really messed up. Like, I like all the old school horrors, like Scream, and
They're fun.
all the Halloweens and all.
They're
Aye,
fun.
they're like funny and camp
are.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
I, there was a film I saw recently, Weapons.
I really
Still
want to
haven't
see
seen
what
it.
happens. Yeah.
fucking brilliant,
Great.
isn't it? What about that ending?
Oh, amazing.
I heard the ending was
ruin it on me, like.
wrapped up. Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Fantastic film. And then I watched that. Sorry, we're completely derailing this.
I know, sorry, that's my fault.
Together. Have you seen?
No, I haven't seen the guy.
It's strange. It's very, very strange, but I enjoyed it. But anyway, yeah, I'm into horror again.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Spooky season. Hocus Pocus.
Love spooky season, yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
Right, go ahead. Sorry,
I was thinking about that. We need to get maybe a Halloween special or something. Maybe a guest on. Well,
Kiera back?
get a witch on.
I know. I interviewed.
I know what you're up to.
I can't remember. I can't actually, for journalists, I'm so bad at remembering people's names. But I interviewed a guy, and he made a horror film a couple of years ago. He's from here. He's from Belfast. Well, from here. He's from like Northern Ireland. He made a horror film, but it's basically like a found footage horror film of people in the 90s like going to a haunted house in Belfast, but it's a horror comedy.
Oh,
So I can give you his number and you can maybe interview him. Like,
that'd be cool.
it's a horror comedy. It's meant to be like UTV meets like Paranormal Activity.
Oh shit! Yes, I see
Yeah.
that advertised.
But
That looks very cool.
And it's set in the 90s, yeah.
Never
and
heard
it's
of
like,
this.
It's a couple of years ago he released it, and it did
Yeah.
like all the film festival rounds
Yeah.
and stuff. So
and then it was kind of properly released last year.
Yeah,
or a year,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, maybe we could chat to him.
Check that out,
I was
too.
thinking, like, not that I'm saying no, Niamh, that's a pile of shit. I was more. I was thinking of like doing ghost stories, like
Yes.
like a few people we know could just sit around and just tell ghost stories.
They need to be good.
No ChatGPT shit like from
Aye.
you. Not what are you looking at him for? You.
Me? Why?
You'd be like 5 minutes before the podcast. Give me a ghost story. You fucking would.
I don't do that.
I know rightly you would do that.
And if I do, I delete the M dashes.
M dashes. Would
Extra long one.
you like this made into a WhatsApp version? Or a leadership post on LinkedIn? What about films in general? What's your favourite type of film?
Oh my god. I actually do love films in general. Like I'm really like love when Oscar season all comes around, even though I find them all very. Some Oscar films I'm always really embarrassed because I'm like, it's really pretentious. And
I'm
boring.
embarrassed at the awards, watching the awards, to be honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Was it not the Emmys recently that the comedian went up and said, I'm giving 100,000 to charity, but if you go over your 45 seconds, every second we take £1,000 off the charity.
Yes, that's so funny.
Actually, that's pretty funny.
I don't know.
brilliant.
I sort of like all films I could do. I haven't actually been really. I don't really watch much films anymore, but I love a good series, like a good streaming series. So I'm watching. Have you heard of The Paper? No, you were on Shrewd Farms.
Yes,
The spin-off of The Office.
Have you started watching it?
I finished it.
Is it good?
It is. So all the proper Office fans were like, no, don't want this, don't need this. Like, why is this coming out? Because it's meant to be like a spin-off. It's not really a spin-off. Oscar's in it.
Aye.
But as someone that works at a regional newspaper, like it is hilarious. And it's just different enough. Like it's not trying to copy The Office, do you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's that same like a mockumentary, like and Donald Gleeson. I love him and I love his dad as well. So he's in it and it is like it's really good. It's really funny, but it's also like wholesome, like The Office was.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
really really good.
Very good.
Let's
check out. What's it called? Papers?
The Paper.
The Paper.
The Paper, yeah.
And where can I...
It's Amazon Prime, I think.
Prime?
Prime streaming, yeah.
So you're watching the dodgy stick?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry. There's no police watching this. There's no police watch this.
I don't have a dodgy stick. I also, to be fair, I actually also pay for all the best series are on Apple TV. They're all lethal, all them series, and watching Slow Horses on it as well. With Gary Oldman.
Did you ever watch the one that Seth Rogen did? It was like a production house or something, like the studio. Was it called Studio?
Is he in it or did he make it?
In it. Oh, maybe
No,
he's
I haven't seen it.
No, I've never seen it, but I think I've seen the
It looked alright.
trailer.
If you're going to pay for a streaming service, Apple TV is the best one. Like. It really
there is
is.
some good stuff on it. Like.
It's deadly, yeah. It's like, and Apple TV, we always joke that like Apple TV never really promotes its shows, but that's nearly like its ads.
Yeah,
its
yeah.
advertising is the fact that it doesn't promote its shows.
Aye.
And then you find them and they're all lethal.
What do you call it? Is Ted Lasso on it?
Ted Lasso's on it. Severance, dude. Severance is my, honest to God, the best show I've ever watched in my life.
Severance is the best show I ever watched, but
I
disagree with you on Apple. I think that's the only thing worth fucking watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No,
it's worth it.
Bad
Have you seen-
Sisters.
Bad Sister, I forgot that was Apple.
Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal is on it too. That's all. Is
there not one with God, I can't remember his name.
Ted Lasso?
He's a psychologist. It's like
Oh my God, the How I Met Your Mother and Harrison Ford.
yes.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Apple TV as well. And it's meant to be
I've
unreal.
watched it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
This is I'm not getting sponsored or paid. By Apple TV. As if they need me to like sponsor them, but I do think it's a good streaming service.
What's it called? I can't remember.
Ted Lasso, you ever seen?
haven't watched it.
Give it a go.
It's unreal.
Really like
unreal.
cheesy
That's
dad humor.
I cry at it. It's
I
so
would.
good.
There was some real nice stuff like it,
Yeah.
and some real good shit in it. Like
I love that dart scene. You know where he tells the
yeah.
story about.
I love Football is Life. It's like Football is Life.
Yeah.
Do you remember
So
no
good.
spoilers? He kills the dog and yeah. Just watch it.
doing another
That's the one
season.
show I didn't really mind when the dog died because I did mind, but then they like saved it.
Yeah. They're doing a new season of that too.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Spin off as well. Aye.
No, I think they're actually just doing another
really?
season. Aye.
They need to.
Is that
like,
good?
It's very good. If you could pick one meal for the rest of your life,
God.
what would it be?
A proper. I have thought about this because I ask people this if I'm at dinner with them. A proper, well cooked, not well cooked, rare steak, but I mean well done, like as in it's done well.
Oh, you mean the skill?
Not well done, but it's done well.
The skill of the chef.
Yes,
It's a good chef
a
cooking
good
it.
steak. Like I take steak rare or
What-
or
What's your
medium rare.
cut? What's the cut of steak? Is it sirloin, fillet?
Any.
Whenever you go out and order steak, what is it? Usually fillet steak, aye? Like
Nah, it depends. She said choice.
There's like fillet,
You're fan of the beef.
no.
sirloin, tomahawk.
What's like not the cheapest one, but not the dearest one, but there's one in between.
Rump?
There's a
Sirloin's kind of.
I think it is sirloin.
Sirloin.
Sirloin, yeah.
Sirloin's
sirloin would be a
best.
common enough one.
Yeah,
like,
but
Sirloin's
like
best.
cooked rare and then like peppered sauce and really nice chips and
tobacco.
yes, yeah. But like as I said, not well done, done well.
Okay.
well done. Well done.
I
is
don't want
recommended.
that. Imagine you chatting to the waitress or the waiter like, I want that cooked well, but rare. Them just like boom,
Blood seeping out of it.
blood seeping out of it.
Still moving.
But well done. Very good. That's all the questions I have at the moment for you. Anyway,
Right.
So thank you for coming.
I was relatively painless. I'm way back up the road here.
Just like, just like yes.
That's an easy all night.
20 minutes less.
Dude, why do you have a head torch on?
Oh shit! Sorry, I should have worked last one, too.
Where are you working day in the
Jeez, the
night?
nights are getting
Were you
more
working-
short now.
On here, like,
You any headlights in the car?
Jeez, like the stretch in the evening's gone.
Sure,
Like
I
when you
know.
get this headlight
Is the
on.
headlights in your car off, or are they broke, or what are they doing?
That looks like a good one. Very good.
You're
Sorry.
there.
Didn't mean to call.
work. It won't work.
Didn't mean to call you out there, dude. Sorry about that.
I was like, what are you talking about?
How does he know that I have a head torch? Very good.
Sponsored by that company too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do an origin story here, Niamh, as well. And that's a bit about you. You know, why are you the way you are, basically? It's good, I don't know you, so it's okay, I'm not judging you.
Bad genetics.
So-
but-
Right, let's talk about your mother and father, grandparents. But we usually do actually a first memory.
All right, okay.
So if you can think about, you know, a furthest away memory that you can think of from your childhood, what was it?
I remember. Do you know whenever, like, you look? Do you ever get where you look back and you're like, "Is this actually a memory, or am I make?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, this definitely is a memory. But I think I was 4, and I get them all muddled up. But like my granny, like I love my granny, like my mum's mum, and she died when I was 9. But I lived in her house, like was always there, like just always wanted to be there. And I just always remember going in one day. She lived in Dungannon in this estate, like as you're coming into Dungannon, basically, there's like a roundabout. And I remember walking to her house and she was like sitting out in the deck chair and it was really sunny. And I remember her being like, "Do you want to make perfume?" And basically it was mixing rose petals with like water and then spilling it. And I just thought that was like, that's real wholesome, isn't it? It's
That's
real-
really
yeah.
wholesome.
I think that's my youngest memory. Like I can't remember anything past the age of 4. Like so.
Well, they actually say like taste and smell
Yes.
is like the things that bring you back to a memory.
Yeah.
Or I have a friend, I never actually bring it up in this podcast, but he put his hand into a toaster one time and that was his earliest memory. My friend Kieran, shout out to
Well, that's
Kieran.
proper feel, isn't it? Like that's like, do you know as well? People always say if you're going on holidays, get even like just a cheap perfume or aftershave in the airport, because then you'll all, whenever time you smell that, you'll think of that specific holiday or that specific trip. I thought that was a nice
Remember
idea.
in Benidorm?
Just a smell of Jägermeister.
Just a smell of Jägermeister and
sweat.
sweat. Elderly sweat.
Yeah.
Very good. So what about, where's your hometown? Where are you from?
So I live in Belfast now, and I've lived there like over 10 years. So I tell all the Belfast people Dungannon because that's the only town that they know.
They know, right.
No, don't get me wrong. Like I basically, like, as I say, my granny's from Dungannon, like my mummy's from Dungannon and all. My dad's massive fan of Dungannon Clarks and stuff. But I moved whenever I was like 2 or 3 to Culchie, which is a wee. I don't even know what you'd call Culchie, a hamlet. It's like a road in the middle of nowhere with like shops and I say shops, 2 shops. Queen's Corner. Do you know what Queen's Corner is?
I have heard of it.
Everyone knows like Queen's Corner or the Cranon, as we call it. So like I went to primary school in Culchie and I played for Culchie, St Mary's Culchie G and stuff. So I am from Culchie, but for the purpose of city folks who don't think that anything exists past Sprucefield, I tell them I'm from Dungannon.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, very good.
Yeah, even then they're like, where? Second biggest town in Tyrone, and they're still like, oh, I've never been in it. Yeah.
You get called a culchie for that then?
Yeah.
I imagine.
Culchie regardless, yeah.
Yeah. So what about siblings? Have you any siblings?
I have an older brother and a younger sister, so I'm the troubled middle child.
Very good.
Yep.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So we're all here, I think, yeah. And they're both.
Me and Michael in the middle.
Does that count?
Is there
Of course
4?
it does 4, aye. There has to be a middle child.
Lee's has 4, right? And he says he's the middle child, but
That doesn't really count.
But then Ellie's younger than him, but that's his one sister. So he always says, well, I'm still technically the middle child because there's 3 boys, 1 girl. Me and Ellie are in the middle, but she's the one girl.
She's the girl.
So she
I
gets a
see
bye,
that.
so he's
he
the
probably
middle
is more of a
child.
middle child than I am,
Yeah.
to be fair.
4 brothers. Or 3 brothers.
Aye, 4 boys.
4 including yourself.
Oh my god, you're like Malcolm in the middle.
Huh?
You're like Malcolm in the middle.
Aye, true. Not as smart as him. I'm more like the other brothers, to be fair.
What about mother, father?
Yeah, my and dad.
I was like, yes, I do have a mother.
Yes, I do. There's one. Yeah.
What about their backgrounds? What's their crack?
I say mummy and daddy's like, yeah, Dungannon. Daddy actually lives in Killeisland now and mummy lives in the Moy. So I always joke that I'm from a bit of everywhere. So whenever people in Dungannon, I'm like, oh yeah, Moy. And they're like, you're from like just everywhere in the Middle Ulster, sort of South Tyrone area. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And Daddy's a massive Celtic fan, massive Dungannon Clarks fan. So I grew up in a very sport, football orientated house.
Does he travel to the Celtic games?
He used to. He's getting older now and out of the game a bit. But yeah, he took me and my sister as well to a couple of games. We actually went to an Old Firm game. Lee came as well.
Whoa.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, the reason we got, because they're so hard to get to, is because it was like, I think it was the 30th of January. So a lot of people didn't want to go because it was so close to like between Christmas and New
And we
Year's.
skint, yeah.
And it finished 0-0. Brutal. Just haven't seen a goal. But it was at Celtic Park and it was insane.
Wow.
Like the most hateful atmosphere. But for that reason, it was quite.
Prepare you for
That's
it.
Yeah.
that's when my journalistic
That's
ambition
when it really kicked in.
became a part of me.
That's when I learned what Bovril was. Do you know what Bovril is?
No.
It's like.
The beef stuff.
It's like, can you even call it soup? It's like beef stock.
It's like Vegemite, but like a beef version.
It's just really salty. It's you only get it at football matches.
I
Really?
didn't know they did it for them.
Why would they have that at football matches?
I've never seen it at Anfield because I'm a Liverpool fan.
Is it
By
Scottish?
proxy. Yeah. It is like.
Oh, so it's a soup?
Beef. No, it's not even. It's just like a thing you mix with water and make beef water. Like,
Yeah, like.
Am I right saying that?
No, it is like
hot
it's.
water and like a paste.
My dad asked me to get it, and I was like, "What the hell is Bovril?" And I went up, and then Julian think that's the best because I don't even know how to describe it. It's like if you had a bad like liver or kidneys, don't be drinking it because it's just pure sodium. Like, yeah,
Sounds disgusting.
Dark, like salty paste. You put it in hot water and then drink it.
yeah.
But why?
It's just delicious whenever you're like.
It's salty, so like
Because we're
Keeps you warm. Whenever, because it was Christmas time as well, so it was really cold. So
freezing.
like we hand warmer,
I
yeah.
didn't know that was a thing with football matches. That's amazing.
I don't think it's a thing anywhere else. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Can you drink in?
No,
No.
can't take drink into stadiums. No,
No.
There was
Back in the day, even back then.
back. It all stopped in like the 70s. Do you remember? Like I watched a documentary on this actually. Football hooliganism was really, really rife and bad in the 80s.
Yeah, that's
Margaret
right.
Thatcher, like she actually had like a minister or some sort of lad in the government just for tackling football hooliganism, and because they were riots, like, and then they stopped being allowed to drink in stadiums. You can drink at half time, and then, but no, we can't drink. Probably a good thing, like.
Probably.
Fucking right for the old firm games anyway.
I know.
There was a guy I used to work with years ago. He was a chef in a restaurant in Belfast, and he didn't make that much money, and he didn't care either. But he was just absolutely tatted in Celtic.
Yeah.
Just completely tatted, and he was just like skinny, tall, like real tall guy. And he was telling me stories about basically his dedication as a fan to Celtic was he would have went over on whatever the boat to the Celtic games.
That's what we done, yeah.
With basically no money. So he spent, as soon as the tickets became available, he got the season ticket.
Yeah.
And he would like literally just not be able to afford fuck all, and he'd just be over there hoping that someone bought him a pint, and he'd bring a loaf of bread with him.
I fair dues him, like.
Fucking right, fair dues to him. Like, who does
That's
that?
I know, that is dedication.
It's absolutely
like,
mad.
I'll tell you stories. When we were going over that old firm game, was it that old firm game? Because I went to one against Inverness as well, but I had pink hair at the time. My hair when I was younger, like my hair has been every colour, like red, blue, light pink, dark pink, purple, everything. And I had light pink hair at the time. And I remember I was wearing hoop earrings, and I was in the boat. It was like, as Lee was there, and my sister was there, and Daddy was there, and my sister's friend was there. I was like, oh lads, I'm way to the shop here. The shop and the boat's like duty free or tax free or whatever. Right. And I was walking about when we Celtic scarf and all, and like, I'm sorry, like Celtic, it doesn't matter if you're Celtic or Rangers, like there's a certain air about Celtic and Rangers fans that I think people just assume you're a scumbag. So I had pink hair as well, and hoop earrings. And I just started noticing out of the corner of my eyes, I was like, the shop girl was sort of making eyes with the security man. And I was like, and he was following me around the shop just in case.
Sticky fingers?
I was never a scundered in my life. And I was like, oh my God, I was looking at the perfumes. Like, and I got out and I was like, they're in there like that. And then our Hannah was like, look at the cut of you before, like, you pink hair, hoop earrings, and you're in a full on Celtic gear.
Right enough.
Like, yeah, so I was like, so I got a taste of what that was like, yeah.
I probably would have followed you too, but fucking keep an eye on her. I get it.
Just trying to get perfume to remember what this chip smells like.
Exactly.
Oh, Celtic. That boat over in the Celtic.
Instead as that
yeah, and the fact that you actually shoplifted that as well.
I know, and here he never caught me. So he needs to be more on the ball.
So, where were we at then? High school. Where'd you go?
So I went to St. Patrick's Academy in Dungannon.
St. Patrick's. Were you any use at any of the subjects there? What was your sort of take on them?
So
you're wording these questions really weird tonight. I don't know why you're doing that.
It's like a journalistic kind of take.
All right, you trying to like put her on the back.
I'm so nervous because I'm never the one being asked questions.
And he's not helping.
No, you're grand.
Keep on keeping it cash. You keep it cash.
So so went to the academy in Dungannon. My mum and dad both went there as well. So Dungannon through and through sort of thing. It's actually gone now. The academy I went to, like, it all got knocked down. It's a brand new building, but the only I actually really enjoyed school. Like, I really liked school for the social aspect. But like, got on well enough in all my subjects, but really hated anything other than English. So like for A level, I did history, English, and psychology. So all like essay subjects. Hated science, hated maths. Actually cried. I cried when my chemistry GCSE was over because I was like, I don't never need to do that again. Like, I hated it so much.
Would you never be sitting at home with your Bunsen burner? Like,
no. I honestly like couldn't tell you one thing. Like, if you put anything to do with chemistry, even like a first year, like an 11-year-old thing in front of me, I wouldn't have a clue.
But some of the stuff they teach in school is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know,
it's so, don't teach you about mortgages, don't teach you about like how to cook basic things really, but it's like
how to finance your life, you know.
Here's Pythagoras theorem, and algebra.
Just sitting up at night thinking about it, like, yes,
I know.
Thank God I know the isosceles triangles. Like,
literally.
Do you though?
No.
Not now.
Fucking don't
See,
know.
once the exams are over, that's what I say. I always say, like, whenever people freak out about their GCSEs, I'm like, it's a memory test. Like, it's
that's all it is.
Yeah. I think if you're taught critical thinking, that's the main thing. But so I was like English, I was like creative writing and stuff, and that was it. Like, yeah.
What were you thinking about journalism back then?
Always wanted to be like a journalist, a writer, but, and again, like, I did love my school and stuff, but my school that was never even in the sphere of thought that you could do that. because I said it was like I was really good at English, or your career as teacher, sort of like be a lawyer, be a teacher, because that's, I think if you're good at maths and science, it's like you can be an accountant, you can be a doctor, you can be an engineer, like there's all these things you can be, but when you're good at writing, it's sort of like, well, you're going to be an English teacher or you're going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to be either of those things at the time, so I did English in Queen's, like English literature and linguistics, and then graduated from that. And a couple of years later, I met Lee, so my now husband, doing English. But I'm sure maybe he said this in the podcast. He dropped out and then went to study. He did English with drama, and then he dropped out and went to do history with drama, and then dropped out again and got this apprenticeship with the BBC. So that's how he got into journalism. And then a few years later, like 4 or 5 years later, we like met up again, realised we were living in the same street in Belfast, and started going out or whatever. And then he told me about people that he knew that had done journalism through a master's in Coleraine, Ulster University. Because I didn't know. You. Oh, yes, you. And it was like so I went back to uni. In between then, I was working in like hospitality, restaurants. I worked in the Grand Central Hotel. I worked in PwC doing like a financy admin job just because I wanted a 9-to-5 job. But I always wanted to be a journalist. And as I say, like I never knew that I could, or never, because like you're not told. And only Lee was like, why don't you go and apply for this? So I went back to uni at 25. And like, it's so cheesy, like it changed my life. Like it really did change my life, like, because I do genuinely love what I do now. And that's why I'm always saying to people, like whenever they don't know what they want to do when they're 18, or they're trying to get pushed into going one way or another, I'm like who knows what they want. Like, I went to uni and dragged the head of myself when I was 18. Like,
to think that you have to choose what you're going to do for the rest of your life at that age is ridiculous.
But also, like, they don't give you much to go on either.
Yeah, no, that it's sort of like, and when you think about it, lads, say like the jobs that exist, like I left school in 2012, and there's jobs that exist now that weren't even in anyone's thoughts back then. It's very much like the typical, you're boxed into typical sort of, that's sort of like accountancy, medicine, teaching or whatever. Yeah. But there's not like, you know, like there's graphic design, there's marketing, there's communications, there's like all these different things that I don't think
they don't even really know about it.
Caught up with. Yeah.
Good example, like, you know, you say that whenever I was at school, I wanted to do PE teaching at the very early start, and then
you should have done that.
I would have loved that. How dare you?
Just roaring.
The PE teacher.
Roaring of wheels.
No, but
keep your legs up.
I'm telling you why. I'm saying the reason, and at the time why I didn't, was there wasn't that much money in it. So I was, not that I was money driven, but anybody that was talking to me, they were telling me, oh, you're not much money in that. Yeah. You should try this. You should try this. No careers in this. Blah blah blah. Well, it was true that there was not much money in PE teaching, but also in Northern Ireland, to actually get a teaching job is just like unheard of.
So hard.
You need someone to die. You need the school to force someone to retire.
Yeah.
You basically need to threaten an old.
You need to know
teacher.
someone. A lot of it is sort of like nepotism. It's like you need to know someone in the school.
You need to know someone, or your brother needs to be
gone to the school,
the chemistry teacher or something. Like it's so,
I know what
so
it is.
hard.
You need to play county. That's what you need.
You need to play county. Then
that actually is though.
Listen. You see, there's a school there hasn't had no teachers for fucking 20 years. See, if you play county, you just fly. You're flown in on Air Force One straight into that. We'll make a rule for you.
Especially in high school.
And see men especially as well, like.
Don't get me started on men.
But see, especially primary school teachers, like there's like teaching and same as nursing is very like women dominated. Yes. I actually think you have, maybe not for PE teaching, because PE a lot, they want men, so it's one of them things. It's like the amount of people I know that are teachers and have had to move, or they'll do like maternity or substitute posts, but they moved to Dubai, they teach English, or they moved to England and stuff.
Yeah.
And England's like, I know people that have moved to London, like, and the schools they are teaching in is like,
nuts.
They're like fearing for their life every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas over here, I don't think we're just culchie critters, like, you know, this
just some boy just being a wee bit of a dickhead, like
I just you know won't shut up about his John Deere or something like over here, like thanks because I'm culchie
100%.
But my mom was always very good, to be fair. She was always like, go and do whatever she's always like, you know, very cheesy game, but she's like, follow your dreams, because I'd be very close to my mom, like, so she was always, she got I still have the wee good luck card from whenever she told me about going back to uni and stuff.
Oh, class.
So she was very good.
Very good. Very good. I was going to say there, so PE teaching and then IT. They were like, there's loads of money in IT. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go do IT then. And
Right.
then like went into uni, did computer science and IT. And like halfway through, I was like, this is fuck, I hate this. This is fucking shit. Like,
People do say this, like, computers, getting them computers out of the way.
plenty of money in them computers.
That's literally it, like.
100%. Like that's literally like no. There's nobody else telling me anything else but that. And now the IT industry's completely fucked. Like,
Is it like?
oh, completely fucked.
All those jobs that only existed 10 years ago have all disappeared.
Yeah. Well,
AI.
it is. But COVID drove up all the need for online.
Yes.
And then all the companies that were very much online based hired a load of people. Like Facebook laid off 2 years ago, maybe a quarter of their workforce across the world.
Yeah.
Like. And then in the last
I know
probably
Musk
you see,
dumped all the Twitter.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
that website is a shit show. Like, it's so bad. Like, the actual like functioning of it's really, really bad. But anyway, sorry, I didn't.
You're okay. And then I was going to say, in Northern Ireland in general, like I've been keeping tabs on all of it because I've obviously went to uni with a pile of ones that were in IT, keeping track, and then a few of those guys that used to be in say roles in all these different companies, those companies are fucked now. Like
That's
and
mad.
you're hearing it every other week.
Yeah.
In the news and the papers and stuff, just about 300 jobs gone here. They're going overseas, or they're bringing that in house, or they're going to India or something like that, or. A lot of them, the thing is now, they had so many excuses to cut the cost and also look for profit, where when COVID sort of ended, they were like, oh, don't need you anymore.
Yes.
And then now that AI's kicked in, don't need you anymore. And the other thing is, it's not really an excuse.
Yeah.
It's true, which is shit.
Supply and demand. What do you
Supply
do
and
if the
demand.
demand's
What
not there?
can you do?
Yeah.
And it's happening at the moment. It's rampant in Northern Ireland at the moment. Like all the IT companies are just they're cutting forces. Like,
I actually used to my first like full time job out of uni, out of doing my masters. Sorry, just to point out this other thing, I would not have been able to have done my masters if the year I went back to do it was 2018, and at the time I was working on PwC and I was saving to go back because it's like $5.5 grand to do 1 year masters.
dear, like.
And that's not including, obviously, I travelled, I lived in Belfast at the time, and I got the train up to Kilrain, but
Jesus,
that's including your expenses and all, right? That year was the year that they brought in tuition fee loans for masters. So before that you can get, which I think is mad, because it comes back to the whole thing, like if you're not rich or you
that
don't come from a
privilege?
rich
Yeah,
family, not to get on whole socialism here, but like, if you're
forgot
from a
about
working
that.
class background, like if
can't
they
do
hadn't
that.
have brought that in, I maybe wouldn't have done it, or I would have took longer to get there and stuff. So the tuition fee loans came in, and then I was like, woo, it's $5.5 grand in my pocket to go do this. But what was I talking about there? What are we talking about?
We were talking about the class wars and about. We can get into that. That's no problem.
Up the workers. I was working my first job out of uni then was it was like a tech and business magazine called Sync NI. And that was right before COVID. So like 2019, and I remember like 2019, 2020, it was booming. Like all the IT companies and American companies coming here.
Yeah.
So that's mad that it's all sort of like
Invest and I were involved in a lot of it as well.
yeah.
They were just bringing them all over, and I think there was some sort of tax reliefs and stuff, for the big corporates coming in.
Yeah.
no.
I don't think
Here?
that. I basically know that, but that's what they're doing. They were like making Northern Ireland their headquarters and stuff.
Yeah.
Our headquarters,
cheaper.
Headquarters in Europe.
Yes.
So they were doing that in the north, and then the south was rampant. Like it was
Dublin's brutal. Like
there's
no one pays tax down there in terms of like the big multinationals and stuff like.
absolutely nuts. Like
Wild. So now that we're going to start a revolution here. Is it the revolution?
corruption in the government. The RHI scandal. Let's get into that.
Oh, jeez, let's not. My colleague Sam McBride, come on, talk to you about that. He wrote the book.
Do you know Sam? Do you
I
chat
work
to him?
with Sam, yeah.
Very good. I actually I don't keep up to date with too much of his stuff, but the odd time he throws me off in some of his headlines and stuff. Like it's some crack. Like
He was actually down in the gold mines there. Like, the gold mines. It's Dalriada. Do you know the fracking? Yes, Dalriada. Yeah, he was down there recently.
the Sperrins, there's a big uproar about
It's all
that.
controversial, and
What's
there's
his What's his take on it?
I don't want to speak for Sam. He's actually he's a vlog our own
Has he wrote it?
podcast. He did an article about it. Yeah, he went down. There's a video of him. Like our cameraman went down with him and all, and he done a podcast about it, just talking about how like it is so controversial because obviously so many people in Tyrone don't want it to happen, fracking and stuff. But I think it's something like Stormont's been sitting on it for ages on their decision and stuff. But we did a podcast about it. The Belltail has their own podcast, so you can go. I don't want to like speak speak on someone's
No,
podcast.
you can talk about it. That's no worries. I was going to ask you about it actually. I noticed that you're on. You have a podcast as well, or you're part of a podcast.
Yes, it's like it's the Belltail. I'm not part of it. Like it's not me running it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Belltail podcast. So I would be on some episodes. Like so, it's presented by Kieran Dunbar. He's the presenter. And he would get different journalists in the newsroom on to talk about like stories we've done personally or whatever. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I present it myself as well. Just depends like what the topic is.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. It's really weird being on this side talking about like
really
personal stuff. Yeah, but yeah, no, I do enjoy it. Like you know yourself, like it's good having like a chat and being like conversational. Well, sometimes obviously it has to be quite newsy because it's like a news podcast. But yeah, no, it is good. Like yeah.
What do you think about podcasts in general? Like, it seems obviously the presidential elections in the US was rampant with that was their means. So like about 4 years ago, or maybe it was 8 years ago, the main media-led way to get out to people was social media, and then everybody's like Facebook, you know, they stepped over the line. They, you know, they're pushing
Cambridge
out
Analytica
ads,
and all,
Cambridge Analytica and all that sort of stuff. And then now we have podcasts, and we have obviously Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn. We've all those big guys bringing on presidential presidents and vice presidents. Yeah. What's your take on that sort of sphere of things?
I actually really like Theo Vaughn, first of all, because I think Theo Vaughn's
hilarious.
Legend. But Theo Vaughn, for me, I don't like Joe Rogan. We'll get into that. But Theo Vaughn, for me, like, he doesn't pretend to be anything he's not. Like, he's just this comedian, and he can talk to anybody, whether they're like right wing, left wing, far right, far left. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think, and the irony of this is that I'm on a podcast, but did you ever hear like there was a trend going around where certain people on TikTok were basically like fake podcasting?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So they were putting mics in front of themselves. It's not hooked up to anything. It's not being recorded.
They're having a conversation.
Because if you watch that in the TikTok, for some reason, if a mic is put in front of someone, you automatically, or like your subconscious is like, oh, they're important.
They know what they're talking about.
They know what they're talking about, you know, but like any dickhead can put a microphone.
People sell stuff. It's all the marketers do now.
Yes.
You're like, oh, that sounds like a really good product.
Yes.
It's not real. It's not real.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, and you can like, but that's the thing, like it kind of feeds in that whole fake news thing where it's like, what is real and what isn't 100%. Real?
Why haven't we tried that?
There's
and there's some snake oil, John, you can sell it.
But there's also like, I've noticed people as well, like, I'm not saying names, but even like in like Britain, Northern Ireland and stuff.
Them out.
Like, no, but this is what I mean. Like, we get taught like defamation, ethics, like media law. This is our thing. I think media law should be taught in schools because like technology's like advancing quicker than the law is. Like, you can get sued for so much. There's things you can't say, especially if something's going on in court. And like, there's things as well, like, as a journalist, ethically, you shouldn't be interviewing vulnerable people. Like, I can't go out in the street now, and if there's a heroin addict Kuiper in the corner, like, I can't shove a microphone and a camera in their face and go, like, they're vulnerable. But I'm noticing people who are just
doing that
starting up a podcast and bringing people on who are very clearly mentally ill. And like, like,
Shanko.
Yes.
Was one of those people.
Yes.
God rest her. Like,
getting money given to her.
She did.
Yeah.
She's dead. Yeah, she took an overdose. And
extorted by that type of thing.
Yes, and
unethical.
Like, no, but it is, and it's like, you know, and then I know everyone has this idea about the mainstream media, and I suppose I'm part of that, is that, you know, we don't tell the truth and all this, and it's like, no, it's like certain people, number one, shouldn't be platformed because there's laws and there's ethics. You can't just go on and say whatever you want, and there's freedom of speech, but then it's like, yeah, but there's freedom of consequences. And I always find the people preaching about freedom of speech are the people that like don't actually they just want the freedom of whatever they want to hear.
Say,
For example, not to get like this is a segue, but a lot of the people when Charlie Kirk died were calling for that South Park episode about Charlie Kirk to be. Do you ever see the South Park episode where Cartman's basically taking the piss out of Charlie Kirk and he's being Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk apparently actually liked that episode and thought it was funny.
Seen that,
But when Charlie Kirk got shot, a lot of right wingers were like, this needs to get taken down, this is a disgrace. And it's like, freedom of speech. Like, South Park is the ultimate freedom of speech. Do you know what I mean? I love South Park. I actually rewatched the South Park movie recently and it's so good. So yeah, but I think like people, and as well, sorry, my best friend in work, Curtis, like he's a class journalist. He interviewed Shazzy Shankel's dad and it wasn't like to be exploitative or whatever, but just about like, like this hidden, like she did bad things and stuff, but like she had real problems for years. No one, and I know she was putting herself on TikTok too, but she was in women's aid hostels, she was in abusive relationships, like, and it was just like an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was just watching her, everyone just watched her die basically. And he did a really good interview, Curtis did a really good interview with her dad just about how sad it was and stuff. So not to like do a real like downer and stuff, but like, yeah, that's what I think. I'm on this podcast being like, not everyone should be on podcasts.
I do get it though, because you do see some local and further afield that bring on people that aren't there for genuine reasons themselves as well. You know, in terms of what they're given as content, if you know what I mean. Like, it's maybe gurus that are telling you this and telling you that, and they've, you know, I'm making millions, you know, we should do this.
That's my issue with Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan constantly gets people on, and you go through all his episodes, he'll get someone on one week. I can't think of an example off the top of my head because I try to avoid him. He's not my algorithm. I've kept him off my algorithm. But he'll get someone on one week, and then the next week someone else will come on and just totally conflicts with the previous, like nutritionists, for example, and it's like they're giving you one type of diet advice, and then someone else comes on, and Joe Rogan's just sitting there going, yeah, so true. And it's like, you don't like challenge anybody on anything. Like, so that's, but he's like the number one listened to podcast in the world, isn't he?
He's getting lower now.
I don't know, I find him boring now, to be honest.
He is boring. Like, but
he just talks about the same stories over and over again. The only time I listen to him is when he has comedians on who I enjoy.
Yes.
Like the likes of Theo Von and stuff like that there, where he's like, well, almost most of the time Theo Von takes the piss out of him whenever he's on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, he'll make jokes and it just goes right over his head. It's fucking
probably
hilarious.
sitting there stoned anyway, though, isn't he? Realizing, like,
did you see the episode with Charlie Sheen?
I haven't watched it yet. I just watched.
There's some that I literally just, I'm like, watching that.
I know, yeah.
There's some absolute nuts people that come on, and as soon as I seen Charlie Sheen the other day,
I don't know, that didn't interest me at all.
No, that was interesting. Like, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Because
he's
had
a
mad life. Like,
he's a Netflix documentary out, doesn't he?
I haven't seen that.
It's coming out. Maybe it's not. I saw it.
I don't know.
That's probably why it was
that's
on.
why it was on.
But it was interesting because there was a clip I seen online that was clipped out of that episode, and it was like 15 minutes of him talking about his Tiger Blood era, you know, where he was like, I'm on Tiger Blood, man, you know, I'm winning, and he's just like talking about all the rocks he was crushing and snorting and all the hookers and prostitutes and all.
The one where it's like the journalist is interviewing him, and I think they're in his house, and she says something about drugs, and he's like, there's no drugs in this house, and he's like, it's not like he's you're saying there's cocaine in this house, and he's like, there obviously is cocaine in this house. Like,
you're on it right now.
But that's an interesting person, that's an interesting life.
It's an interesting person.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of people that come on Joe Rogan. I'm like, I'm not watching that. It's just no interest in me whatsoever.
But it's also like people go on, this is our thing, and again I get the irony because I'm on talking or whatever, and usually like I'm the person behind the story, and I don't like, you know, the story's not about me, but like people just come on and they just like self-grandize themselves and they think that they need to have a voice and they need to have an opinion. And the other thing is that like nobody fact checks their opinions. People just come on and say absolute shit, and then it's like, you know, like, I can't even think of an example, but like a lot of racist shit, for example, has been popping up lately, and people just say stuff, and then it's just like the people listening just take that for real, and it's like, no, like, but I do my own research. It's like, no, but like, you can't just watch someone and say,
that's fact.
Yeah, like the example, you see Rylan, that's going to an hour, like, detour.
Oh, I heard about this.
Rylan went on this morning, and Rylan started talking about like legitimate concerns about, he's saying like legitimate concerns that people have about illegal immigrants. But Rylan started saying stuff about how he started rhyming off stats and they weren't right, because like a lot of different media outlets did go and fact check them, and he said like people are coming off the boat and they're getting handed iPads and phones. Like, it's just not true. Some charities will give refugees phones to be able to like, really like
communicate.
What he was saying was like the government's giving everyone phones and iPads, and then all the comments were like, I don't get a house, I don't get phones, I don't get iPads, and it riled everybody up. But then whenever different, like I remember seeing the Daily Mirror actually fact checked it, and all the comments were like, leave him alone, he's just saying what everybody thinks. But I'm like, but you can't just say this is what everybody thinks when it's wrong. Like, it's fucking wrong.
They're
like,
controlling the narrative of the people reading that paper now as well.
But this is my point of like, and everyone's like, oh, you're a big like, you know, left winger. I'm like, I am not. I swear to God, it's just stats. Like, I just want like the truth.
The facts.
But then people are, and then I'm like, freedom of speech. I'm like, you can't, it's not freedom of speech when it's literal bullshit. Like, you can't just go on and tell lies.
Have you ever heard the Brian Cox quote about opinions? No. I'm going to read it out here. I'll try to get it out so you can hear it.
Shit. Do you want me to hold it?
It's just perfect for what you're talking about. It goes, The problem with today's world is that everyone believes they have the right to express their opinion and have others listen to it. But the correct statement of individual rights is that everyone has the right to an opinion, but crucially, that opinion can be rightly ignored and even made fun of, particularly if it's demonstrable nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can have opinions, but like...
I know, exactly. And like, and then there's, I actually thought you were going to say it, Jude. There's one that's like...
assholes?
Yeah, assholes. Like assholes.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say that.
Brian Cox. I was just saying that. Fuck you, Brian Cox. He just turned out.
But like, it's the point is, it's scary though of how that changes communities' perception of things that are happening around them. I suppose, like, and that's kind of what we're talking about here. It is like a good example is Trump. Like, you see, in the last 4 years, I was watching him like fuck, and some of the stuff he was coming out with, I was like, that sounds great. Other stuff, that sounds terrible. You see, at the very start of his candidacy again, I was in here chatting to these lads, like, Trump's not bad, like, he's doing this and he's doing that. Wasn't like completely on board with him, but at the same time, I was like, if he does this, that's amazing. If he does this, that's amazing. Like, nobody's ever done that in the history of his country, say, for example. And then it came to him actually being the president again.
Another Black Mirror episode.
Another Black Mirror episode started.
And I get those hats you made.
We had hats.
MAGA.
We had MAGA hats.
Make mid-Ulster green.
No, they were Make Mara Felt Great Again. And they were like mustard yellow. And I literally had them in the fucking...
about to print them.
Well, I had them with the creator of the hats, like in Mahara. There was a guy going to make all the hats for us.
Yes.
And like I kept prompting him here.
MMA.
Can you?
MMG? Yes. Sorry.
I kept on going here. When I be ready? Blah 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 blah. And thank fuck they were never ready.
To be funny as a joke.
Oh, they would. And I had people around town saying, like,
we want these hats.
We were going to sell. Like I think we had a pre-order in my head of about at least 30. Like,
but like you can still you can coin the phrase. Like you doesn't like.
I know, but
you don't want to be associated.
But this was around the time that he was saying, "Oh, we're going to clear Gaza out. We're going to put like apartments in there. There's a beautiful Costa La Gaza and stuff." And I messaged the lads. I goes, "We're not doing that anymore."
But like, do you know what it is as well? And I said this too to people because what was I was saying to someone recently? I was like, not everybody that's a Trump fan or a Trump supporter is a racist, but all the racists are Trump supporters. Do you know what I mean?
get that.
Not all Trump supporters are bad people. Like they're not. And
do you think there's maybe one not racist person that like doesn't like Trump? Do you think there's one?
Because he's not extreme enough.
Maybe, and that's our thing too. Like I think people like Trump because he's so unfiltered. Like again, even when Charlie Kirk died there. Did you see his tweet? I was like, someone needs like it was like.
What did he say?
And you just read it in his voice. It was just like, "We love you, Charlie. We'll always love you." And it's like, but it was so like unprofessional. And it was like, oh my God, you wouldn't even know this man's been shot in the neck in front of millions of people. And I was just like, but people love him because it's like he tells it like it is, and like, you know, he's so unfiltered. But like I think I kind of get why people do vote for Trump, especially working class people, because they're just like, I'm getting effed over big time, and he's saying it how it is, and blah blah blah. And then I don't think it was kind of the same. Like I've said this on a panel recently too. Like whenever the Brexit vote happened here, right, and Jeremy Corbyn and stuff got like Little Mix and all these celebrities to be like, vote Remain in the EU. Like people don't like why would a working class person living in a council estate want this rich celebrity to tell you what to do? So that's why I think that went, like, I think that whole concept of like middle class latte drinking socialists, like I do think that's a real thing, and I get why people go against that and then like the likes of Trump. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like, and it's hilarious because he's not a man for the people. He's like, look how rich he is. He owns like 1 million golf courses. Exaggeration, but like. But do you know what I mean? So then people think that you're talking to them like they're stupid and they're uneducated, but he doesn't talk to them like they're stupid and uneducated. Do you know what I mean? So it's like just this vicious. And then the whole world now as well, like you can't, like it's so polarized, like you can't really have a conversation without it derailing into rows and you're this and you're that.
Let's go into the deep state here now as well.
Fucking
let's talk about this.
In Northern Ireland.
Now, this here.
Get ready to cut some of this out.
Get ready. Keep it in.
Swear words.
Keep it in. Oh, swear words. What was I going to say? Did you see Charlie Kirk's wife's interview?
No. Well,
or not her interview.
Her statement.
Was it not strange as fuck?
Was it not like a threat?
What did she say?
I seen parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but the parts even that I seen, I was like, what's going on? Like, it felt like we were all in like this TV show and she was an actor.
Yeah.
Like, and no disrespect to her, she lost her husband and all.
Like, God love her and all.
God love her and all that, but
very.
So it's a throne thing.
One of the stuff she was like, she mentioned in this order.
Yeah.
In this order,
I seen it. Yeah.
Was Charlie, or was it Trump? Charlie loved you so much.
Oh yeah.
He loved you so much. Like, and then he went, and then she like she basically bypassed. She said Jesus, and then she bypassed her kids and herself, like as if Trump was first, and then maybe Jesus, and then maybe her and her children. Like, oh yeah, Charlie, we loved you, you know. And then she went on to something. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
And the reason I was saying there about the deep state, not really deep state, but do you yourself see, like, what are you giggling about?
Are you in the deep state?
No, it's not that. But from your perspective as a journalist, and you lads as well, I can weigh in on this, but is there not some sort of like act happening in all these different, you know, countries, like Trump and the Biden campaign, and it feels like it's all like a role play. You know, it's just, you know, they're just...
It's not real?
Not real. They're just pandering. They're pandering to do these things to make money for the people that are above them again. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Thank you. She shushed you.
Absolutely. I'm not saying any, but like from a journalist point of view, this is what I mean about, and I'm not actually that up to date with America. Like, obviously keep an eye out and stuff, but because I'm so involved in Northern Irish
but
stuff,
here,
like,
just in general, like, you know, governments, you know, just that kind of, you know, politicians.
Would you not think
there's a role play there? There's an actor kind of vibe to it.
Because it's a career, though, I think.
But the career shouldn't be an actor. The career should be... They should be doing something for the people,
yes.
not, let's act like we're doing something and we're not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's all very, like, melodramatic or something.
Yeah.
I remember, like, just even saying that, was it John McCain who ran against Obama? So he was a Republican. And this is how I think, this is how far different we've gone. Someone, like, he was at a campaign for like his presidential campaign in the run up, and I think someone asked him a question or tried to slobber about Obama basically, and he turned around and he was like, you know, no, we'll not have that because Obama's a good family man, like he has his principles just are a bit different from mine, and it was very like respectful.
Yeah,
the whole thing
compared to what
is
it's done
gone
now.
Like the whole thing is like, it's just like, did you see, have you ever seen the Democrats TikTok page? No. The actual US Democrats, like, it's all just turned into a meme. Like, there's like a TikTok trend at the minute where it's like in Boss Baby, there's like a part where he's like, at night when you go to bed, I'll be there. In the morning, I'll be there. The actual Democrats TikTok page put up a TikTok of Jeffrey Epstein and all the photographs of him and Trump, just being like, in the morning, I'll be basically being like, release the files. And it's just like complete shithousery against one each other. And like, and this is going to sound real, but this is what I mean, how far down the K-hole we've gone. Like, now Charlie Kirk has been shot. There's
so you would say Charlie Sheen there?
Oh God, I know. Fuck. Like, there's a whole conspiracy theory that Charlie Kirk...
Talking about K-hole.
Sure, I know.
No, he's talking about Epstein.
But this is what I mean about no one knows what's real or not anymore. Charlie Kirk wanted the Epstein files released. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, he quietened down about that and then sort of like fell back in line a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. So now a lot of left-wingers think that it was actually Trump's mob got him shot.
Yeah.
But that's not... Do you know what I mean? So there's conspiracy theories on both sides.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. But America has gone so far now that like that's like what you're saying. Like no one knows.
Pure Black Mirror sort of shit.
And then we're like a microcosm of that here in terms of like, you know, like the DUP and Unionists would be very much pro-Trump, and then I just think it's so funny too, because like as if any of them over there give a crap about us. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Like there's like 1.9 million people live in this country. 9 million people live in London alone. Do you know what I mean? So it's just really funny that it's like, that's just went off on this massive tangent there.
I completely agree. Like we could even make the similar, or not even make the similarities, but why should a country like us try to make similarities with other countries in that way? I feel like we should be worried about, well, not worried, but we should be working to make our country better rather than you know, try to use other countries, whatever, you know, to impact us. I think it's just silly. Like, it's
what do you think? Like, even doing this podcast and talking to people, I mean, Maher felt like, are people into politics? You laugh. Are people into politics? Like, do you think people know what the crack is here? Like,
see,
do they care? Are they disillusioned?
For the sake of the topic of of this podcast, for example, I personally, whatever me and Fergal talk about and we talk about with the guests, I don't really care too much about the audience that listens.
Yeah.
Sorry, audience. It's just more I care about having the conversation with the guest.
Yeah.
And hopefully 5 people listen to this, 100 people, whatever it is, and they like the topic, and that's great. Mm-hmm. So in terms of like being politically aware of the people that listen to this podcast in this town, I think there's probably what would I say? I wouldn't say they're asleep, but I would say that they wouldn't be as engaged.
I think me and you are a prime example. Like
I'm very much into.
He's very much into this politics, and
But
it's not my jam. Like I'm very much concerned with my own stuff.
Do you know what
like,
I'm?
Yeah.
If I can make my own life. It sounds very selfish, but my family and I've all those concerns going on. You know,
this is it. Yeah.
Like I don't have time to do that shit.
I agree with you. But my sort of thing is politics. Like I don't think it works like in our country at all.
Yeah.
So me and Fergal used to run a business, and that's when I first started getting into politics because it
mattered.
It mattered to a business of how the politics were affecting the community.
Yeah.
So a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, things aren't happening here, and if the town got better here, maybe there's more business coming into the town. Maybe the rates are getting better. Maybe the salaries are getting better.
Yeah.
But the politics was affecting that, and that's why I care.
Yes.
But it's not that I like vote or anything, which I sometimes did in the past. Now I actually have a future mission where politics is completely wiped from Northern Ireland, and communities literally just look after themselves. I think here I'm happy to.
Conor McGregor's thing, was it not?
No,
his was just dictatorship. Like, yeah,
Charlie Sheen too. But it was, just not to go out to completely derail. I personally think that every town, or if we have to put it into a council area, look after themselves, but not in a sense that you look after you look after you. It's more like the people have a vote.
Kind of like the Amish.
The Amish here, fucking turn it into a modern Amish. I'm not joking. Like I genuinely,
I'm not even taking the best idea.
I genuinely believe that in a sense. I genuinely believe that the politics in Northern Ireland doesn't work, and I know a lot of people say that, but I think the solution is if we broke it into communities and communities became self-sufficient and looked after themselves.
I find it interesting because as a journalist, we always say this, like we always have to sort of be on Twitter. I know it's called X now, but I just refuse to call it that. We get into, and me and my friend, like my journalism friends, talk about this, that like we are in this like echo chamber of everything that's going on Twitter is like reflective of Northern Ireland, and it's not. Like it's just politicians, political commentators, journalists, and haters, like haters that are into politics, and it's like I'm like that's just not reflective. Like my friends aren't really on Twitter. If they are, like they don't write anything, like they just scroll. I think like that's something that like the media even needs to realize, that like younger generations, I mean I'm 31 now, so I'm not that young, but like are so disillusioned with it. So I just find it interesting because obviously I have to report in politics and stuff as well, and like you just always wonder like who actually like I know people care, and I don't want to like seem like that's patronizing people, like, oh, you don't know about politics, you don't care, but like I kind of get why people don't care, because like a lot of people I talk to is just like as you say, it doesn't work for me, and like what you were saying there as well, Fergal, like as long as you and your family's okay. Like I got sent to Scotland a couple of years ago because it was like I've had a Guinness and I can't remember her surname. What do you call Nicola? Used to be the first minister of Scotland.
Sturgeon,
Nicola Sturgeon. They were on about getting the referendum, the independence referendum again. Right, and everyone always says, you know, if Scotland get independence, it's like we'll follow suit in terms of having the referendum. So I was sent over to ask people. It was like, that was 2014. It was like eight years on or something. And I went to Glasgow, which at the time they were pro-independence. And I can't remember the other big place I went. It was like half an hour outside. But they were like remain in the UK. Mm-hmm. I basically just had to run about and ask people like, what did you vote in the referendum in 2014, and would you vote for it again? And so many people that voted for independence the first time were just like, look, like, nah, like I just want me and my family to be dead on. Like I just care about like my circle being okay, and like at the minute I just want to go to work and make, and like I get what you mean, like, because a lot of people, and I just found it interesting because so many people that were pro one way or another were just like, listen, I don't even care anymore. I don't want the referendum to come. It's too divisive because I just, you know what I mean? And that's what I think politicians lose sight of. It's like people just like, they just want to have a good life with themselves in their own circle and stuff. And it's not as, but over here we're so green and orange and
But is it like,
everything else.
you know what you said there, where they in a sense changed their vote because they probably felt that, you said divisive, it wouldn't be quick enough for it to impact them.
And also was
that kind of what they were saying?
Yeah, and they were also saying that like so much shit went on with it the last time that they were like, you know, like, and they were just like, they didn't want to rock the boat, and they didn't really, a lot of them didn't like Nicola Sturgeon anymore, and obviously she's gone now. So they were just saying like, nah, they didn't want her to be the one to do it. Like, that's why I think politics as well, so much of it is about image and the actual person leading the whole thing. So they were just like, don't want to mess up the status quo. I'm grand with what's happening right now. But then I think that's the whole thing with like...
Is that not defeatist?
That's the whole thing with like socialism and stuff, isn't it though? It's like, oh, you know, everything's going okay for me at the minute, so I don't want to rock the boat because I don't want to do anything that'll like make me lose my job or make me have less money or do anything that impacts my family. So
I get
nothing
it.
changes.
Post-colonialism.
I get it.
This has turned into a very deep... I don't know enough about this either, like, but just this is just with me from like an observational point of view and reporting. But I was very surprised at that at the time. I really was surprised. I thought
I
that
was
people...
probably a bit shocked by that too.
That blew my mind when that didn't pass, and also Brexit when that happened. I could not believe it. I sort of, as I said, like, I couldn't, because as I say, like, I sort of get it. Like, sure, we were all promised £300 million for the NHS by Farage. Was that not on the bus? I seen that on the bus.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
The bus drove off.
Bus to nowhere.
Bus was burnt. Bus was burnt out. I was about to say that. Burnt out.
Not that long after. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But like, I kind of was, and then like Joe were saying even about optics, and again, I'm not trying to be like pandering to anybody, but like Nigel Farage went, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," and he was very charming and he was funny, and then suddenly I'm in like, do you know, a shop or the hairdressers, and they're like, Farage, but he's very funny, and it's like, this is what they want. This is what they're doing. They're
playing the role.
Yeah, Matt Hancock and all went on, and
Matt Hancock. I was just about to mention him. Do you remember our first guest on here was you weren't there, no?
I think we're going to say it was Matt Hancock.
No, it wasn't Matt Hancock. Do you remember?
Matt Hancock probably would have come on just for a bit of, he was looking good PR wherever he could get it.
He was looking everywhere, but we had Kieran McCann on.
That's right.
Kieran McCann worked for a voting software company that was up for the tender for voting software. I think it was over COVID.
Right.
So you know the way all those people were given money and nepotism was happening and stuff in different big government.
Never
Never
all the
happens.
PPE contracts
PPE
and stuff.
contract stuff. But this was for a bit of software that helped with some sort of voting, some sort of election voting kind of things. So there's only, say, for example, I can't even think what it was, but basically his company he worked for basically had the monopoly on this software, which was obviously them a massive advantage because they were nearly the only company that could do it. Mm-hmm. And say they submitted their tender and they were told, you know, behind closed doors, you will get that. Not because you know us or whatever, but because you actually have the solution that's ready to go.
Yeah.
So that was okay. So a few days before or whatever happened, they got the word. They're like, nah, you didn't get it. And they're like, why? So Matt Hancock gave it basically to his sister's company, who had no experience whatsoever in that kind of product or anything. And whatever it was, they completely fucked it up.
You're telling me the British would go back on a promise.
But it was just that you mentioned Matt Hancock.
Did you wink at the camera there? Or did
Was he looking at you? My aside off stage.
But I was just saying there.
A government would go back on their promise.
my
No way.
God.
Any government would go back on their promise.
You keep telling that story and you miss out the best story that he told in that podcast.
What was that?
You know, when the spiders and him away on
Shit
holidays.
himself.
Shitting himself.
Shit himself.
That story is way
No,
better.
Matt Hancock. Our guest shit himself.
No interest in politics.
Exactly.
But he shit himself.
And there were spiders and it was deadly.
With spiders crawling up and he shit himself.
But Matt Hancock's scarier than spiders. Like,
But what I was getting to was that Matt Hancock was on that show and he was trying to repair his image from, was it not like
he cheated.
infidelity and then nobody knew about his sister at that stage, but like 2 years later they're like, oh, his sister got that contract.
Do you know what's so interesting too? Just like, as an aside too, because this is something I learned in uni. see the way it was the Sun that got that, wasn't Sun got that scoop? It was like the CCTV from inside parliamentary buildings, and it was him kissing. I can't remember who he was kissing, but he was cheating on his wife, right? Yeah. But the way, so in media law, like there's privacy laws. Like I can't just go and like
stick a camera up there.
Yeah, right. If you're in your house or whatever, this is another side, but Naomi Campbell, the model, she sued, can't remember who it was years ago, right, 90s or early 2000s. She was coming out of a rehab clinic and some tabloid snapped her coming out of the rehab clinic and she sued and like she won because technically she was like expected to have a certain degree of privacy there because she was coming out of rehab. The reason that the Sun was able to report on that is because at the time he was Matt Hancock was the health secretary and he was the one basically implementing the rules like you shouldn't be within 2 meters or whatever, right?
Yes.
So the way the Sun got around that was like, he's telling us all we need to be 2 meters apart and he's kissing your one in work.
It's nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with the cheating, but really the scandal was he's cheating. But the way they got around that, and as well,
see that kissing from 2 meters away.
So that's the way, because otherwise it's like he probably maybe would have been expected a certain degree of privacy.
Yes.
And it's the same way Gordon, what do you call the chef that always swears?
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay cheated years ago, and the reason they were able to report on that is because he had always sort of portrayed himself in the media as a real family man, like chef, you know, and he always had his family around him and all. So that's fun fact. You can't just sort of go in and be like, they've done that.
Really interesting.
Yeah. So there's ways around everything, like
Very good. Here, will we take a wee break and get a cup of tea?
I'm gonna pee.
Yeah.
I need to pee as well. Pop your wee mic over to you there.
Swing around.
Swing her over.
I'm gonna take
Thanks, lads.
I am at homes, like.
I'll not say too much.
Anyway.
You gotta cut back.
Just me slurping and slapping by Eamon Holmes. No, Eamon Holmes is actually lovely. So stay on.
And we're back.
We're back. What were we talking about?
We went on a massive tangent. We were still talking about your origin story.
About what?
We were talking about your... Hey.
Did we finish that?
Sorry,
no?
lads.
We kind of did, but I actually wanted to talk about it
Sounds
a
like a
wee bit
villain.
more.
It's like a
Origin story, yeah.
origin story.
If you do,
I
it's
wanted
kinda,
to
it's
talk to
kind
you.
of superhero kind of vibe to it. Sorry,
You do a lot of sport, don't you? Boxing all, don't you?
Yes. I actually haven't been at boxing in ages, but yeah, done boxing, done GA. I went back to East Belfast GA, which is really, really good. Yeah. They're brilliant, like, yeah. And I'm interested in all that stuff now as well, so reporting a bit of that, like, I have a vested interest now, so yeah.
Very good. Did you not win a lot of stuff in the boxing? It was not Leeds telling us that you were really good at it. Not to mess with you.
It's so cringe.
So proud of you.
God love him. I won like the 20 like now we're going back the 2019 like Antrim novice and then obviously COVID happened and stuff and haven't been back in a wee while, but I coach as well, like I've got all my coaching qualifications. I'm actually the child protection officer as well in the club, so yeah, so it's good. Like it is, boxing's another thing that actually I would say changed my life. Like it's deadly. Like we're talking about this is recorded, but about resilience, like getting hit in the face will bring you on some self-confidence and resilience.
When did you start?
I didn't start to so again, it was actually mainly it's sort of going out, and he did a white collar boxing match for charity in like 2016, 2017. And I remember watching that and thinking, oh, that'd be cool to do. And no word of a lie, like 2 weeks later, I was working in PwC. Email comes out company wide, we're doing a charity boxing match for Bernardo's, like children's charity.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll sign up for that or whatever. And then the club was in East Belfast, City of Belfast Boxing Academy, CBBA. And went there and done the 10 weeks training, done the fight, and then just never stopped going. I just really, really loved it. And Terry, the head coach, is brilliant. Like, he's a mad bastard. Like, he was hitting you in the... I remember telling Lee, and he was like, no, that's not normal training now. But then Lee started going too. He was trying to... Too many people had signed up for the boxing, and apparently, like, Benny, who was, like, he's in charge of all the charity stuff at PwC, he basically says to Terry, can you...
Wean out a few people.
Literally, right, Fergal, literally. And Terry came in and everyone would be jogging, and he would just come over with a baseball bat and whack you in the stomach, basically to see if your core was tight. I remember I had this big baseball bat shaped bruise, and I came home and I was like on your boxing training, and he was like,
that's mental.
That's not normal. And I was like, do you know, I think it was real, like old school Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali shit. He's like, that's not normal. But then I got through all that, so I just kept going. And I lost a load of weight and stuff as well. And it just, like, I had never been sporty growing up. Like, I was the veteran water girl for St Mary's Collegial GFC. And like only started doing Gaelic football when I was about 14 because two girls I was best friends with in school, Anne and Genevieve, they're twins. Their brother Peter was the coach and we were low on numbers and they lived beside me. So Peter was like, I'll come lift you and bring you to training. And I was like, don't want to do it or whatever. And then I played Gaelic football from like 14 to 17, went to uni, stopped, was never in that's another thing. Like I would say, like people who weren't sporty or fit when they were younger, like it's not, you can get into sport now. I just wish I had to be more into it when I was younger.
I was same sort of scenario, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did like GAA till I was about 14 and then started drinking.
That's it, like, that is it. Like,
and then when I was like 20, well, when was it I started running at Shady? It was probably about 25, 20, maybe older.
Age.
I was 26, 27, started running and then just dropped a load of weight and then started doing jiu-jitsu. And
unreal. It's the mental aspect, isn't it? Like not
aye.
even just the weight. Like it's the, obviously you feel a bit better when you
lose a bit of weight.
Well, when you realise you can walk to the top of the stairs and you're not completely fucking coped and out of
Tying your
breath.
lacers when you're big.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
find that you have to like hold your breath. You learn how to tie your lace a bit quicker when you're fat.
Oh gee, no, but that is so true. For like so, and then from getting into that and then getting interested in boxing, I started freelance. It was sort of all right. Then from boxing, I went back to the masters. And Lee always has this mantra, like if you're training, like everything sort of works out for you. Like if your training's good, even though people think, oh, training takes up so much, and I get in this mindset too. It's like training takes up so much time and blah blah blah. But actually, like it's sort of like positivity breeds positivity.
Yeah.
So I find like it's a positive thing to do. Like and then other good stuff starts happening. So then because I was into the boxing stuff, then whenever I left uni, I started freelancing with BBC Sport. And I was interviewing boxers because I was actually into it then.
Class.
And gal players and stuff. So yeah, so it is. I'm very interested in like.
So that's very interesting because I would have, from like watching your profile and from following you and Lee, I would have thought you would have been always in the GA.
Oh
like,
my god!
Always into from the start, like
see if
a big guy had
see if any of the girls.
Jersey tugger, one might say.
See if any of the girls like that I like ran about with in school are watching this. Like so funny. I remember, and like this is the other thing. Like the girls at Calishal, my wee cousin as well, Caitlin Campbell. She's what are you just getting now? 26, turned 26 in September there, and she plays with Tyrone Ladies and they won an Intermediate All Ireland there. Like she's always been in it. Like Calishal is a very good club for women's footballers, and like growing up, a lot of the girls I would have played with, Louise Kelly for example, she actually just got married to Kieran McGeary, the Tyrone footballer.
Congratulations.
Like, yeah. So all in girls, Anna Genevieve Scully and Zoe Lahorn, all would have like been county players, deadly players. So I grew up with they were all in my primary school class in my year in school. A lot of them were in my class at the academy too, and I remember it just being like I was the pure joker. Like I just didn't give a shit in training, and I remember we were all in a circle one time and we had to do the plank, and I was obviously shite, and I made some sort of joke like our manager Philip. I was like, Jesus, Philip, I could do this in my sleep, and I remember them all just sort of like laughing, but I was like, no, like I was so bad. Didn't want to play, by the way. Like was happy being water girl. Was told I was getting put on. I was like, fuck.
I know. Jesus.
I'm going to ruin this for the whole team. We're going to lose. Yeah. But then, and then fell out of it. And then the older I got, and then East Belfast GA started up, which was very good because it was very much like
starter club
and people who'd never played and people from like Protestant or Unionist communities who'd never we had like Indian girls and all playing too, so who had never even got the chance to like play for a club when they were younger. So it was really good to get back into it. And then we actually went on to win the Junior B County Down Junior B championship. So and Lee was our manager, so up East Belfast. So yeah, so, and I played. I started that file and stuff, and so it was good. Like I do think the GA is very, very good for community building. Like, do you know all the shit that goes on in Northern Ireland, everything else? Like, and like some people are afraid of it for whatever reason, but like it really is a very community driven thing.
It really is. It wouldn't exist without the people that like those boys that just help out.
Yeah,
that's what I admire about it so much is. It's the
amateur. Yeah.
So it's unreal. So good. But yeah, no, I just wanted to talk to you about because the boxing thing is it's interesting and
I always cringe so much I had no way. I was like, yeah, but thanks.
I think Fergal wants to fight you.
I know that's
fuck, you'd kill me.
My money's on Niamh.
Yeah, 100%.
I tried like for jiu-jitsu or in Yoda martial arts, Ryan Roddy's place, you do like 6 weeks or 7 weeks. I'll probably get this wrong. People will correct me, but you do like 7 weeks of jiu-jitsu and then you go into like the MMA striking part of it. And I could never finish the striking part. Just getting hit in the face, like it's like, and you see the boys train. They train MMA. It's insane. Like that side of fighting, it's vicious.
Would you not say though? This is what I find whenever I was doing the white collar. Like I used to always turn my back and stuff, and I like whenever someone was trying to hit me, I would actually turn my back. And like I actually found for me it was more. Because I was doing the white collar fight and I knew I was going to be doing it in front of like hundreds of people, I wasn't afraid of getting hurt. I was afraid of scundering myself. I was like, oh fuck, if I get up here and I like turn and I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
And I nearly find like I would say boxing is the reason I like boxing as well is because it's just you. Because like, as I say, playing in the GA team when I was younger, I was like, if I get put on here and I make a mistake, like I fuck this for the whole team. But if you're in boxing, a boxing ring on your own, like you're on your own, it's just you that's like doing it for yourself or like losing it for yourself. But I found it was like it's the hardest sport in terms of fitness. I actually find you're more wrecked because they always call it like the thinking man's game. You're thinking so much about hitting and not getting hit. That nearly makes you more tired than actually being wrecked and throwing your hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I liked it for that reason because it's very like independent and it's
same.
just like you have your coaches obviously, but like it's just you. Like if you like mess up something in like Gaelic football pitch, you're wrecking it for like 14 other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fast problem solving. It teaches you that very quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. And teaches you how to have a better pain threshold.
And like I think it's the quick consequences of the thing as well. Like if you don't move out of the road, you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
If I don't move my body, I'm going to get subbed. You know, like it's that part of it I really enjoy.
My nose is really messed up from boxing. Don't want to show you my nostrils, but
your septum is it?
Yeah,
you get
there.
that deviated septum sort of thing. No,
don't know. This is why me and Lee both have this exact same thing in the exact same nostril. Can you? One of my nostrils is like.
Let me see. Get this spare camera.
I can't really breathe through my nose anymore when running and stuff. I started using
those. Is that them things?
Nose strips.
The nose strips.
Fast.
Do they work?
They do.
For sleeping.
That looks like snake oil adverts.
I actually think Conor Myler.
Are we talking about?
He sells the mouth tape. Conor Myler from the Tyrone team. He sells the mouth, for sleeping.
It's meant to be good.
So you cover your mouth and then you get these nose strips. So you just have a better sleep too.
Aye, so it's the nose strip that I'm thinking of. The mouth tape is mad, but also I understand that it's just tape. But see this here. So you ever see the ads, Joe Rogan? There's like they make up these ads with Joe Rogan, and it's like one that they put in his mouth, and it's like a jaw exerciser.
Is that not an AI?
And they're like, aye, but what I'm saying is that's like a snake oil kind of ad. But I always see these ads with these guys, and they put like wee magnets there.
It's a strip, and there's magnets
and
in
then,
the strip,
and then it like pulls the magnets open to the nostrils. Looks like I'm doing the ad right now, but is that real?
I've never used the magnet ones.
We use them. You can get ones. Wow. You can get specific ones for sleeping. Because you're not, a lot of people like breathe, you sleep with your mouth open, and apparently that's like not as good of a sleep, You can also get ones for.
Why is it not good?
Because we're designed to breathe through your nose.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
I don't breathe.
See, when you do breath work, like meditation exercises, they teach you to breathe through your nose and deep into your chest and stuff.
When people are boxing and that type of stuff.
Yes.
When you see somebody gassing, breathing out their mouth, you know they're fucked. It's a stress response when you breathe out your mouth.
Like that's it. And I think the mouth tape when you're sleeping helps more than the nose strips. But you can get nose strips to I just like them because they open my deviated septum or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can get specific ones for sleeping. You can get specific ones for exercising, so that you breathe through your nose more when you're running. But them ones I find just fall off because like you're sweating.
Yeah.
But the sleeping ones are again not sponsored. But I do find I don't even. Conor Myler, the Tyrone player, he does one of them. He has a brand, and that's the ones we get. But I can't remember if he does the mouth tape or the nose strips. It's two separate companies.
I would probably try the nose tips. Connor, if you have them, send them in.
A friend of mine Stephen, he swears by them. He wears them.
See Stephen wear them
all the time.
Yeah,
but even like he stopped caring what people think. Like he always gets said, "Oh, are you in a fight or something?" Because it looks like he's taped up his nose.
Does he wear them exercise?
All day. Every
Oh,
day.
right.
All day long. He just wears them all the time.
Some people obviously have bad.
He's a bad deviated septum or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they're like I do think they're good. But the mouth shape probably helps more with the sleep and stuff. So
definitely.
You really want to breathe now, don't you? You're like, yeah.
I just noticed how bad my nose is right now. Like, and always is. Like it's horrible.
There you go.
But anyway, Right, back to the quick fire here. No, I was joking.
Like 4 hours.
What I was going to say, Fergal's interested in that. I'm interested in the actual process of journalism.
Right.
You know, so you're working for Belfast Telegraph now for different pieces here and there. How does that work? You know, you're given a story, or do you know, you see all the films, like, you know, Chief, I've got a story, it's down, you know,
Spider-Man. I love
you know, mid off their back here, you know, they're not helping anybody. If there's drugs in there, you know, what way?
Just look out the window.
Yeah, shout out to mid off their back here.
They're really good, actually.
They are good. What actually is the process in your sphere of
In my
things?
specific experience, it's kind of a bit of both. So like if I have a story and my work is very, very, I'm just like, this is none of my views expressed, or they're just my personal views. They're not of Belfast Telegraph or of Media House. My work is very good though. Like so we have like you call it news desks. You have different editors, and if they want, like, they'll divvy out, you know, jobs to people throughout the week or throughout the day. My bosses are very good in that. Like if there's something that I like, so as I say, like my friend Curtis, he's also like the technology correspondent, and he's really into entertainment and stuff. So anything to do with tech and movies, like they'll quite often try to get him to do that. They know I'm more into I like sports stuff. I like a bit of everything though, to be fair. So they'll divvy out some stuff, but then if there's anything I want to work on, like I'll go to them in the morning and say I've got this, or like I'm going to interview this person or whatever. And then we have like meetings every Monday where you go with like at least 3 stories of things you want to work on during the week. So like for example, the whole joke is that I was in a BBC documentary last week about the Pleasure Boys.
Yes, I've seen that.
Everyone in work
I
jokes.
meant to ask you about that. Yeah.
Everyone in work jokes that I'm the stripper correspondent, and then they actually put that in the documentary. They froze a bit and was like stripper correspondent. So
That's brilliant.
at the time when that whole thing happened with the Pleasure Boys the first time in the Devonish, and the videos went round of everyone looking like they were doing hanky panky, I just was the person on shift, and I sort of got given that, and then I just got really into it.
What a
Great story.
So then I just kept following it up. So then the gas sort of fell into my lap. But then I also get called. Sam actually McBride was saying to me the other day, I'm the smelly correspondent, and I was saying I'm the stinky correspondent, and he was like, that's far worse than the smells correspondent. But I've been following a lot. There's like a real, reportedly, there's a real stinking company that like, what's the word, like processes waste at Warrenpoint Harbour, and all the Warrenpoint residents, like, you know, have been complaining about it. Where I'm from in Calishel, there's a mushroom compost factory that stinks, and the residents have all complained about it. So I've been following all this stuff and like chasing up the environmental agency. Okay. So I'm like, my main thing, I'm the stripper correspondent and I'm the sneaky correspondent. So, for example, but that's like the smell stuff, like I follow all that up myself, but then, you know, like work will give me different things to do as well. So it's a bit of both, like, but you do get a good bit of leeway if you do want to work on something.
What film do you think would you recommend that closely follows like being a journalist? Is there any movie you've watched that's like, oh, that's the most realistic version of what I do?
The paper we were talking about earlier, I was laughing about it now because it was just like a real funny version of like a regional paper. I'm trying to think. Do you know what's funny? Like, do you know them old, like early 2000s movies? Is it 10 Things I Hate About You?
It was great.
But
they were more PR marketing?
There's one, what I'm saying is like it's unrealistic, or there's one with Drew Barrymore and it's like Never Been Kissed, and she goes back to high school.
Oh yeah.
But we always joke that those movies are hilarious because you'd never... They're like, they get given a month to go off on a jolly. And it's like...
you pretend to be a high school child for a month?
Like, no, I'm a
That must be like Spotlight as well, because they were given loads of time to do their story, weren't they?
See, the thing with Spotlight, like I actually know a few journalists that, like, they still have to work on things with the BBC during the day as well. But they do that on the side. Like,
is this Spotlight Northern Ireland you're talking about?
Oh, I am specifically talking about that.
I was talking about the film.
I know you were.
Sorry. It doesn't matter.
That's still.
But like, there is, I think
relevant.
it'll be back in the day, but now like the news cycle is 24 hours, so it's like
You can't.
You do your own things at the side and you take a bit of time, but like you're still doing other stuff, you know. But I'm really trying to think I haven't really watched a film in ages to do with actual proper journalism.
I'm trying to think too.
Well, there's the Network, which is that like 70s one with the news anchor, but can't think of it on
I haven't seen, and this is what I mean, I'm so bad with films. There's the one with, is it Charlize Theron it's about me, the girl, the women. I call everyone girls. That's really not feminist, but like the women that have such their own thing too, girls and boys.
Yeah.
The women that basically uncovered the whole Harvey Weinstein thing and started the Me Too movement.
Those types of ones
There's a movie.
that.
There's a movie about that came out a couple of years ago. That I want to watch, but I think I try to steer away from stuff that reminds me too much of my
That's
life.
a good topic.
What do you call it? In the Name of the Father's a good one.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis about the Guildford Four.
That's a good one. I haven't seen that in years. He's a deadly actor. But yeah, no, as I say, I try to stay away from like. There's one I watched as well. It's a Netflix program called Inventing Anna, and it's this German woman Anna, and she basically faked being this American socialite. But in it, it's a New York Times journalist investigates her and follows her. And that is based on a true story because the journalist did uncover all that. But I was like, this journalist is getting given a lot of time to just go and follow this one story. Like, she's not doing anything else. So I don't know. I'll come back to you, lads. I should have Googled that before.
It's a very hard question, Fergal.
Was it?
Very, very hard. Very different.
It'll make everyone think now, though.
I'm trying to think.
I'll think of one now when I leave.
He's going to make a movie.
When I leave, I'll start Googling. When I leave, I start thinking of ones now.
It's an interesting.
Not on your phone. Not on your phone. No.
It's an interesting career, though, isn't it?
It is. There's actually as well. Sorry, if you watch Say Nothing, Alison Morris that I work with, she that's probably very realistic in that.
Oh yeah.
She pops up in that. She goes to interview Dollars Price.
Yes.
Shit.
That was a great series.
Do you work with her?
Yeah. So I work with Alison and Sam. There are two famous ones.
I was going to say it's very prolific journalism there from her. That's pretty big, like.
That's bad. She's like, Alison would do all that sort of like paramilitary stuff, all the dangerous stuff, right? Just strippers and stinks. No,
Stinky strippers. I like my strippers stinky.
Don't combine those.
Here, anyway, talk to us more. I know it's not the greatest of topics, but the strippers and whatever. That was mad. That was some crack. That was some crack at the time.
Was there relationships that broke up because of it?
Yeah.
Was it true?
Yeah.
But was it more of the I don't know. I wasn't there.
John.
But
That's very
You're at your next show.
meet me under the table. No, but was it again? Did it get so big on WhatsApp basically and around all the tabloids and stuff around Northern Ireland that it more caused shame to the couples rather than the actual event itself?
Well, I talk a lot about this in the BBC documentary, which is now an iPlayer. If anyone
I'll pop a wee BBC thing, just pop up.
I think just look up Pleasure Boys and BBC iPlayer. Like, I think it went so mad, specifically in Northern Ireland, and this, I actually do talk about this in the documentary, like, we are so backwards, compared to the rest of Ireland, the rest of the UK. So, like, we're so conservative that it just went hyper viral.
Yeah.
But also, then it led me, I fell down a K-hole of looking up, like, has there ever been strip clubs? And there was a strip club in South Belfast in like 2002.
Right.
And the Free Presbys picketed it. And now there's no...
Like Father Dead, basically.
Yeah.
Down with that sort of thing, yeah.
Well, what happened then, honest to God, one of the maddest nights in terms of working in my life was the Pleasure Boys. That happened, and the Pleasure Boys came back to Northern Ireland in May last year. They came to the Banff Hotel in Banbridge.
Yes.
So I got sent for work just to be like, what's the crack here or whatever. Met all the Pleasure Boys, backstage with them, met their manager, was interviewing them, was interviewing fans. The girls were raging, because the girls and the women, because whenever they got fully naked in the Devonish that time, they weren't meant to. Like, it's down to each individual council. But no, don't think any council in Northern Ireland permits nudity. It shows. So when the Belfast City Council found this out, there was an investigation, and it was like they should never have been getting naked. But the only reason it got called out was because it went viral. Like, no one would have done anything, right? So then when they came to Banbridge, it was like Armagh, Banbridge, Gavin Council had officers there to make sure that they didn't get fully naked. But the women in the crowd didn't know this. So they were raging when the boxers weren't took off.
They're horned, like.
And there was like one of the girls came backstage. I think she's like big on TikTok. She's like some sort of middle-aged woman with pink hair. She was ready to fight. She thought I was a council officer. I was like, no, I'm just a journalist. That same night, do you know Rory, Frostbit Boy?
Yeah.
He was there.
Right?
No, but listen, right? I was like, what are you doing here? The manager or the owner of the Banville has like, he's like Rory's manager agent, right? Rory was launching his podcast that night. He has a full podcast. Your man that owns the Banville has a full podcast studio underground of the Banville Hotel. Rory was down there launching this podcast, interviewing the Pleasure Boys. Next thing, the Free Presbyterians come and start picketing outside the hotel. Rory gets a few of the ministers in onto the podcast. So I'm down there just watching King Rory. Because he was also like, he's launched a book. He wants to be president of Ireland.
That's right.
He was interviewing these Free Presbyterian ministers, and like I was like, even the questions he was asking them, because they're all, you know, like, this is against God, and like just saying everyone can be converted to God. But Rory's like just taking the complete piss, like, and I was just like, Free Presbyterians, male strippers upstairs, and Frosted Boys.
Sounds like Zombieland or something happening.
It was mad. I was like, this is
Did
like.
that go live, that episode?
I think it was. I don't know if it was being streamed live on YouTube that night.
I never seen that.
No, I never seen that.
I don't know what he's at now, because McGregor was, but he wanted to be president of Ireland, and he's nowhere to be seen now.
He went round.
His head's absolutely fucking cooked. That's what it is.
He went around all the podcasts for a while.
Did you not see what happened? The fraud, the financial thing that happened.
No.
And he distanced himself from it, allegedly.
Liam, Tony, my friend in work as well, he covered all that as well. But apparently, and I think again, I don't want to, because it was Liam's story. I think Rory sort of came out and said I was the face of that, but I didn't know what was actually going on.
No, I get that, and I understand that.
It was one of those,
like a prize, you know, the prize guy. The prize guy, just let the prize guy. But someone's wanted to start competitions.
Yes.
Like the
We've
prize
got a
guy.
John Deere here.
Yes. And Rory
he was the voice of it.
He was the face of it. He was the branding. But the boys doing it were like, your money was going nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't. It was like they don't. So, and then Rory got caught in the fire.
The crossfire. That.
Yeah.
Got a bit dodge.
I don't know where.
And then that's why he probably disappeared again.
He disappeared and gave a public apology for being a part of it. It seemed like he got conned. He got conned to be a part of it.
Not good publicity for the president of Ireland, is it?
Oh, not very good judgment on his part.
I know.
King. He wanted to be king.
King Rory.
King's not making good decisions. Anyway.
He was stuck out, do you remember, off the coast of Kerry with them dolphins?
That's right.
Who knows what happened?
I know. Just the maddest lad. Like,
only him and the dolphin know what happened.
but I've seen on a personable level. A lovely lad. Like, 'cause that's my first time meeting him, and I was like,
was he?
He was dead on.
I
I just saying, like, your whole life turned around because UTV happened to catch you getting on a bus, like, when it was
mental,
freezing. Like,
isn't it?
yeah. It was funny.
It is funny.
What was in the newsroom in that story? Broken UTV says it was the best day of news ever.
Still
About the dolphin.
They were in the newsroom when that.
No, about Frostbite. Like, they wouldn't get long.
yeah.
Right, like they were in this.
And he's like, and he gets in the bus and he's like,
they were just like, oh fuck, we can't be jackpots.
There was no news for about 10 years before that.
We need more of that, don't we?
we do. We need more culchies.
Has there been anything like that since? As prolific.
I don't want anything like that again.
It's up there with like, do you know, Teresa and RTE is like, don't make unnecessary journeys.
Or the guy slipping. The guy slipping on the ice.
Yeah.
That's my favourite video.
They're proper news clippings.
The proper
Irish legendary stuff. Yeah.
Very good. I was going to say there, what's your favourite story been to cover in all the years? Can't be Pleasure Boys.
I actually, like, I don't know, I've saying this, I forget that I've done stuff, and I haven't even been doing it that long, like only like 4 or 5 years. I did a story where I just thought this was really nice. This couple from Belfast were walking along a beach in Donegal, and they found a message in a bottle, and it was all sort of like it had gotten wet or whatever, but they rang the number, and it was a wee teenage boy from America.
Right?
And
I've seen this actually.
he came over and met them and stayed with them, and it was basically just like, if you find this bottle,
Give me a ring.
you know, will you like contact? Yeah.
Let me know where it gets.
And he came over with, I think he was actually Ukrainian or something. He was Eastern. He had an American accent, but his dad was definitely like Eastern European, and came over with his dad to West Belfast. And I covered the story when they actually found the bottle, and then when the wee lad came over, I went and met him.
Wow.
And they still had the bottle, so that was really nice.
That's
that was
pretty
like,
cool, like.
yeah. And then I got to do one where I went, and this is like, it was so wasted on me at the time, but it was very cool. But I got to go to Silverstone, Formula One.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, is it Seb Vettel?
Yeah.
I got he drove like media, like we took turns getting driven about in like the Formula One Aston Martin.
Oh, cool.
So that was really cool, and I taught him he's German, so taught him some Northern Irish slang. So it was like getting him. I put it on TikTok actually. I was getting him to say "hit the diff" and all. I was like, "You're hitting the diff now, Steve," and he was like, "Well, hit the diff," and he was like, "I don't know the accent."
I like hitting the diff.
He was like, I don't have the accent though, and I was like trying to explain what it meant. So that was cool. Yeah.
That's something similar to that rally clip that did well from Bomb Squad. Did any of you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Is it one of the common? Like, is it one of the co-pilot?
Yeah, the co-pilot rally one.
Irish co-pilot
Fucking.
rally ones.
Aye, because rallying's quite big here, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's massive.
Rallying is Donegal rally.
Rally,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to that just to see what it's like.
That is
Scares-
culchie tang town there.
Yeah.
Brown shoes, jeans, and checkered shirts.
Like we all get called culchies, but I always try to tell ones in work. Like,
There's levels to this shit.
there
like.
is. Because whenever I first started working in the Belfast Telegraph, they were sending me to Balmoral. And I'd never been to the Balmoral show, and I loved it. But they also were definitely sending me because they thought that I was like Balmoral Central.
You would know.
It's another
I'd never
world.
been in my
though.
life, yeah.
Balmore's another world altogether too.
Oh, but like them, see, they were like doing these competitions where they were like reversing tractors around these real complicated bends, and
class.
you weren't allowed to drop the ball off the bonnet of the tractor and all. But they definitely, and I've noticed that like anyone that's coming at all the culchies, we all get sent it. We've all took our turns reporting on Balmoral. Like, but I was like, there's, I'm not a farming culchie, and I'm not like a Scania body warmer culchie.
You're tiny, aren't you?
But not in Belfast. Anyone outside of
Well,
Belfast.
anywhere outside of Belfast.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a tiny.
I'm a townie. I went into Balmoral.
to Belfast.
See, when I went to Balmoral a couple of years ago, I was doing like business development. So I went basically just to walk around and try to get a business off people. It felt like Jurassic Park. Like I had never seen anything. I had never seen anything like.
Did you not go to school
in my life?
It's
never
different.
went to
We
school.
never went to school, no.
Never
I went to a townie school. I went to Dinky. It's like a lot of St. Cleishel, the majority of our primary school ones went to St. Kieran's Ballygolly, which is like the culchie school, but the academy's like the townie school. So maybe Ballygolly ones went to. What school did you go to?
Like primary school, Glam Primary School.
Would you go in primary school?
Yeah.
The Balmoral show?
We went to primary school.
Proper culture.
We were missing out, like. We must not have had the money.
It's unreal.
My big bucks and Glen.
I think so. Anyway,
Yeah,
unless I'm completely.
I think you made that up, lad.
Unless I'm.
That would be a dangerous place to take a wild man away.
I had never. I was so embarrassed. I had never heard of the Grassmen until I went to the Balmoral show.
No,
Did you not?
I'd never heard of them before until
Millions of followers, like.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the videos that they bring out that people watch.
They're on, then I went and looked like the queue, because I went there and I was like, what is this queue for? Like a queue, like a rake of wains, and for like the Grassmen merch. And they were like, have you not heard of the Grassmen? And I was there on my own, like. I was like, so it is like a different world.
Completely. The only people that I knew at Balmoral were Michelle O'Neill and Arlene Foster. I was like, only like Spar obviously was there. Spar and the red
They
cowboy
all
hats.
give out, that's such good
And
marketing
the
idea,
it's
isn't
great,
it? Yeah.
and the cowboy hats, and then the only other kind of thing that I knew about there was literally them. I'm not into politics, but they were.
But you recognise them?
That was the only people I recognised. Like there was Grassmen, first time seeing it. There was ones on a tractor just fucking flying around the field. Like I was like, this is mad. And there was a woman talking to me about her son was like a champion a year before, but really proud of him. And I just didn't get it. Like you're proud of it. Like no offense to anybody listening that does this or enjoys this, but I just couldn't get it. Like you were proud of the tractor flying around, I don't know.
I'd love to see you try.
Don't know. No, I'm not
I'm not dissing it.
I'm not dissing it. I'm not dissing it.
It is
I'm
like,
just like entertainment wise. I'm like
The Ricky Bobby of
and hey,
Ricky Bobby.
see the one thing as well, we would get the weekly papers in work just to like scope through them to see what the crack is, because Belfast Telegraph is sort of like Northern Ireland wide, but we would get like like the Tyrone Constitution, like the Impartial Report to see what's going on, in all the separate counties. And I've shown Curtis is a city boy, like North Belfast through and through, and me and him were best friends in work, and I took up the Tyrone Constitution, and we were flipping through, and there's just like a whole double spread dedicated to like the prices in the mart, like Gorchin Mart, Dripperton Mart, and he was like, what the fuck's this? And I was like, people would buy this just for the Mart price.
100%.
It's like the business time.
And he's like, $2,000 for a cow, and I'm like, you city people have no idea about it. I was like,
Fucking right.
no clue.
That's the best way to keep them thinking.
When
They're soft.
Yeah.
And then the farmers are actually fucking scientists to fucking figure
So
figure
smart,
this
and
shit
there's
out.
like the farmers are up at 4 a.m, like and like these city people are very not Curtis
They're
isn't
up,
stuck
they're
up
up at
but
6 and the day's done already.
literally though, yeah. So we're like a comfortable in between, I think, being like culchie townies between the Belfast city slickers and the proper farmers.
That's like me. Yes.
You're no culty.
No, I'm not a culchie. I'm a thoroughbred townie. Like I was born above a pub in the middle of a town. Like I know fuck all about the countryside, and whenever I go, it's like it's genuinely like a holiday. Like,
are you Marfelt through?
Oh, like completely. Like I was literally born in this town, in the middle of the town.
I don't think I've ever met him.
Well, in a hospital, and then
I've never seen him outside of Marfelt.
no, I actually
can do it.
See, when I try to get out, it's just like
you get
there's
to
like a strange.
You get to the Castle Dawson roundabout, and it's just like, no, you shall go no further.
It's the fucking Truman Show, so it is.
I actually can't get off, and like I literally cannot get off. I literally have to like go the whole way around and back into Marfelt. It won't let me.
Belfast people would hear your accent. No, you're a culchie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get that. I lived in Belfast for about 4 years, just called culchie constantly.
I know
I
that.
think you don't know a fucking culchie. Like I am a good townie.
It's the playing championship this weekend, isn't it? Or was that last weekend?
Here, talk to me about that.
That's it. Here, take Balmoral show can pass away off. The playing championship.
What's not dissing it? What's the point of it?
It's a competition to see who can
Play the best, yeah.
Is ploughing on?
Plowing's really difficult.
Fucking hard.
No, I'm not saying it's difficult. I'm just saying does not every. Oh, no,
See when
sorry.
you say ploughing, bringing in.
No, plowing fields.
Aye, right.
Turning the soil.
Right.
Upside down.
I thought it was like
Does it-
making bales as quick as you can or something.
No, it's Beeling Festival.
Do you know what I went
There
to?
is no Beeling Festival. Just
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I went to as well for work a couple of years ago? And it was in Ballygolly. It was like the tug of war is really big in rural communities. So it was like the tug of war world championships, and they were coming to Northern Ireland.
The Benedict had a world championship team in the 70s or 80s. Outside Dungiven.
It is, and I went to Ballygolly, and there was people from like Fermanagh, like Backlash Armagh, like it's a real world thing. And the boys let me and there's this hilarious photo of me that our photographer took of me just like looking at the camera, like it's so sore on your quads. People are like, culture's doing tug of war. It was so hard. I was in like trying it and all, like fair play to them. Like I think I would have dropped only this sort of like, but like yeah, cultures have good pastimes like these.
He's ever been to tractor pulling?
No, I've never been to
Unreal.
What are the pull?
They're actually pulling the tractors themselves.
No. They pull a big giant trailer with a massive weight on it, right?
Right.
And as the tractor pulls, there's a mechanism in the back of it that takes the weight from the back of the trailer to the front of the trailer. So it gets harder the longer they go. And they use souped up tractors with like giant engines with black rape just burning away the atmosphere.
That actually sounds fun.
That sounds
The
unreal.
most redneck.
That's why Loch Ness is the way.
What? It's global warming, nothing to do with the farmers. Here,
It's all environmental.
tell me. We'll maybe get back to that. Tell me about the ploughing championships again, there, Jude. Sorry, you don't even know Mike, but I don't get it. Like I don't get.
It is more like just a spectacle of a thing. It's when it started as like a competition. People come together to see who could get the straightest furrow and
So
the
it's-
best.
but
It's-
farmers-
because it's quite a difficult
Is it about
thing to do.
the neatness of it?
Yeah.
The
or something.
neatness of it, like the depth of your
Farmers
furrow.
judge each other on their plough. Like if they drive past.
When you plough fields, like say if you got a wonky fucking line, you're going, oh Jesus, everybody in the whole
I know.
fucking
They'll
fuck
fucking
off.
just gonna be going,
Just
"Oh,
pure
look at
sh-
the state of that
Just
there."
pure
Judgments.
shame, like
Oh, aye. So it's
Shame.
You want to have neat,
It's a pride
shame.
Shame. You should take this podcast on the road and go to some of these things and
yeah.
interview people.
That'd be
I
good fun.
swear to God, the listeners from the culture community, the farming community, you would get by if you went out and did a bit of a tour, like. With
They
the
probably
mics.
wouldn't listen after they hear me talking
I
about it.
actually just went him.
I get. You say you make it threats. I get fucking threats from the farming community. This guy doesn't believe in us. He doesn't believe in us. No. I am actually
find it
fascinated with it. Like my only
Kids are like correspondents.
he's our resident.
You're the farmer. the farming.
He's our agricultural minister.
Yeah.
He's our minister of agri.
Agriculture correspondent.
My only like exposure to a farm was like my uncle's farm when I was younger, and I seen it maybe once a year. And when I was there, I was like, "Holy fuck, this is nuts!"
Just smells the slurry.
Just smells like slurry.
Yeah.
And how do you live like this sort of thing? But it's lovely now. Like I love farms. But you were in London recently. Was it London?
Aye.
For the kneecap trial, or was it, what do they call it, the Mocara?
They call it the kneecap trial, but it's just like Mocara.
What was it like? What was the vibe like?
So I was there last month, 20th of August, and I'm going back next week. It was honestly like a concert, a kneecap concert at 8:30 in the morning outside Westminster Magistrates. It was
Lots of buckfast.
like, to be fair, like Did you see the guy? I'll try to show you. Did you see the guy with the big, massive DJ Provi paper mache head?
I think I did actually. Yeah.
So he's from Plumbridge and Tyrone, because I got talking to him. So many people, Irish people, like from north and south, came over for it, and then a lot of English people. Because I was over interview. I wasn't even really there for the court proceedings. I was more there for, like, we call it colour, so like what's going on and what are people thinking all outside. And there was about, the Met Police said they think there was like between 500, 600, 700 people there, but they had a wee stage set up, and they had like different politicians from here were up that support Kneecap were up talking about it, like Jerry Carroll and John Finucane and stuff. And then from about 8 o'clock in the morning till, I left around 1:30 when court was over. But yeah, just people Palestine flags, like chanting support Mulcara. People were driving past, beeping the horn and all. Like English people, which I think is, for me, again,
as a support.
Yeah. Because they're they're pro-Palestine. So now they've, like, a lot of people didn't even know who Kneecap were. But because of the pro-Palestinian stance, and because Mulcara's in court now and it's been highlighted so much, they're very. So, like, for me, again, I always talk about, like, we're like in such an echo chamber here. So whenever I was over there, I was like, this is mental that English people know so much about this now too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it was very stupid for them bringing this court case, or trying to bring a court case against him? You know, because there's all those, like, people in the past, like over the years, where I feel like they stupidly bring attention to someone, and then that just makes it bigger. Like, what's your take on that? And you know what's so funny? I actually was making TikToks about this, and obviously writing stories for the paper about this, and people were coming on saying that I was all pro Kneecap, and I was like, I haven't said if I like Kneecap. I think people just assume because my name's Irish. I was like, I haven't said either way if I support Mulcara, if I even like Kneecap's music, but like genuinely from like a pop culture, like journalist point of view, I was saying like the Barbara Streisand effect. Like, you know, like in 2003, Barbara Streisand tried to sue that. The photographer took a photo, like a drone image or a photo from a helicopter of her house on the coast.
That's right, yeah.
So she tried to sue him because she's basically saying, oh, people know where I live, know what my house looks like, to look out for it. But because she'd done that,
everyone knows where she lives.
The court case itself brought attention to it. And like there was some stat, like before she did it, only 4 people had actually downloaded the image. And 2 of those downloads had actually been the lawyers. But then once she brought the court case, it was viewed millions and millions of times. So I'm like, it's the Barbara Streisand effect. So like the British government, the Met Police or whatever, arresting, so like his name's Liam O'Haney, Mulcara's name is, like, that brought more attention. And I think it's like that whole Palestine action thing. Like there was a guy that I actually like unknowingly interviewed that day. I was just like, oh, like you're a fan, like what do you make of them and all? And he had a sign, and the sign, I can't even remember what the sign said, right? But it had the words Palestine action in it. They weren't beside each other. Yeah. But he was arrested later that day because it was like you're supporting Palestine, like indirectly supporting Palestine action.
If you put a dot in between it though, that's not.
He made it like, I can send you a photo.
Less obvious.
Yeah. He made it like the words Palestine and action were different colours.
Right.
But they were the same colour. Yep. So I'm so stupid, like I didn't even notice it. But I was like, even the Met Police arresting him, I was like, that is, and then they released it, like they brought it to the Crime Prosecution Service or whatever, and they were like no, like reviewed it and they were like, release him. And I was like, that's such a bad PR stunt for the Met Police. Yeah. I was like, you've made yourselves look like idiots there, do you know, because he was just peacefully holding the sign, but because Palestine Action is seen as a prescribed terrorist organisation now. I think in terms of like PR and like the optics of it all, like it's the whole any publicity is good publicity for Kneecap. Yeah, 100%. And I just think it's worked out, and it's worked out so
for them,
so much better for them. Yeah, like there's people over there that did not know who they were, not even sure if they even liked their music, but now they're supporting them.
Do you like their music?
I'm not saying either way.
But the thing is, like, I just feel
I'm politically unbiased.
I just feel it's real stupidity on bringing so much attention to them. Yeah. Like, not that I don't mind Kneecap. I wish them well. You know, they're from their country. Yeah, like some of the music. Like, yeah, I don't know all of it, but they're decent enough. But my sort of point is, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, why even pursue something like that? You know. Yeah. To make him, you know, in a sense, that the fall guy.
They're making an example. They're trying to make an example out of it.
But it's like I just feel it's so stupid. Like it feels stupidity. But like, what sort of motive could they have to do that? I know we're getting a wee bit deep state, But like, it just feels silly. Do you know what I mean?
Kneecap have come out themselves and said that they think it's because, so they'd obviously come out with a lot of pro-Palestinian stuff at Coachella.
Yeah.
And that's what really kicked it all off. That's when like the Americans started realising what they were like. And then, because I don't believe they had a name for themselves before then either. So then Kneecap themselves seem to think that this is a way to stop them travelling.
Yeah.
I think that might be conspiracy theory. Like, I think it is conspiracy theories to them, but then it's this whole thing of, well, that's their narrative, and now all their supporters, like, it does suit their narrative because now they've cancelled they had like their biggest US tour coming up in October. But so Mokiar's in court next Friday, and then they were meant to start their US tour like the following week, start of October. Now, a lot of people are saying the reason they're not actually doing their American tours because they can't get visas, because their visa sponsor dropped them after all the Coachella stuff. But it was time for them to renew their visa anyway, but they can get different sponsors. But maybe it's the case that they can't get a sponsor because of all this stuff.
Yeah.
But Kneecap are saying, oh, we're cancelling our American tour because it's too close to the court date. And they're like, the British state, they're oppressing us, and there's this court date still going on, blah, blah, blah. So I just think it all suits their narrative. It's like, we're being oppressed because we have this pro-Palestine stance. Yeah. And then it's highlighting more stuff about Palestine, so it's getting the word out more. So like
everything they wanted.
Every view is basically a positive for their messaging and their brand, I suppose.
Well, the other thing too, and like this is like the thing with Kneecap, and like even before all this stuff happened with the court date, like we in work have done, like I've hosted a podcast about Kneecap, and it's that whole like people even give off about they're glorifying drugs in their music. I just feel like it's because they're from here and they're from like Derry and West Belfast. There's obviously a big highlight on them here, but it's like, it's pearl clutching, sure, like rap music from the beginning of time.
100%,
like
yeah.
Drugs, sex, money, and they're actually they're not misogynistic in their lyrics, at least, you know what I mean? Like 90s rap is like slap my bitch up, like, they're not like that. But for anyone to say, from an arts point of view, again, like people would say, oh, you can't censor. It's a whole freedom of speech thing too. It's like, and it's the arts and they're artists and they're playing characters and stuff. So, but then in Northern Ireland specific, especially, like you can't really look at stuff like that and not think it's polarizing. And
then it's so Northern Ireland's so backward, like just with their views on things as well. It's going to make them seem like they're extremists in their words. But then you've got the likes of NWA and all those different rap groups over the years. That great example. NWA had a pile of stuff cancelled, and then that made them even more popular because they got the word out that these guys are crazy, these guys are
and it's like pearl clutching to say. And Kneecap as well, one thing, and I think they're marketing geniuses personally. Like they applied for funding from the British government. I think it was like 15 grand. And when Rishi Sunak was Prime Minister, they were like, British government, he blocked it, and he was like, nah, because he felt like they were anti-British in their music and stuff. But then again, they were like, it's about art, it's about music, it's about freedom of speech, you can't be censoring. And then they appealed that, and they won, and they split that 15 grand between youth centres on the Shankill and in West Belfast. And I was like, no one can say that they're sectarian when they're trying to help working class young people in both sides of the community. And they also got a rapper, Young Spencer, who they got him to support, and he was called a sellout and everything. They got him to support them when they did their SSE Arena show last December. So again, it's like platforming a young rapper and Young Spencer. Like, have you ever listened to his music?
But not.
I do. Like he has some funny songs as well. Like I can't remember the name of them, but it's about like being orange and green and not giving a shit.
Yeah.
It's real. Like it kind of reminds you, like, like the music you would have like sent to your mate in infrared in your phone back in the early 2000s, like rave rap. But all that stuff doesn't really get talked about. I just think they're very good. Like I think that's PR genius stuff there as well.
It is.
What's your take on Kneecap?
I'm a fan of their music, like, so
do you like rap music in general?
You're a massive fan.
I wouldn't say a massive fan, but I wanted to go see them in Belfast there when they were playing with Fontaine DC, but
yes,
I had to sell my tickets because I was teaching the next day, and I didn't really feel like I'd be in the right state of mind to teach if I went to see Kneecap the day
and
before.
so many people went to see Kneecap and not Fun, even though they were supporting Fun.
It's true. Yeah, well, I don't know. I wasn't there, but apparently Fontaine DC were unreal as well. Yeah.
No, I wasn't at it, no.
I heard the sound was actually really bad.
I heard that as well.
Like no one could really, because
That
I
was a whole MI5 conspiracy.
Well, my brothers were at it and they said it was grand.
within the mosh pit.
Outdoors, yeah, you
Yeah.
can't.
That's where
Really.
you're at.
But it was funny, like, because we would normally go to like I don't think I've ever been to like a rap group to see.
It's a bit strange.
That's what Joe was saying. My brother, he was like, normally we go to like rock or
Yes.
whatever, and he was like,
band.
you know what to do at those things, but when it's rap, you're like, what movement do we do? Like, he didn't
How
really.
did the beat?
I'm
Yeah.
not cool enough. For this.
Exactly. We didn't really know how to react, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
And I probably would have been the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like their music and I actually loved their movie. I thought their movie.
I thought the movie
fucking
was.
brilliant.
I actually thought the movie was very. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
No, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
I couldn't believe the quality of it. I couldn't believe that these guys. Well, I can believe now, obviously, but I didn't know them that well until I seen the film, to be honest. And then I couldn't believe the quality of the acting in it.
Yeah.
I genuinely was like,
Aye.
at the end, I
know
was like,
acting training.
what was that kneecap? Especially DJ Provy.
DJ Pro.
No,
He's-
DJ Provy. I thought I'd seen him in
Fantastic.
something before.
He's
how
he's a good bit older than the other ones. Like
he was very, as the teacher, like he was
Yeah.
just so good and blew me away. It absolutely blew me away how good it was. Like I'm not saying both sides of the community would enjoy it, but I think
they do.
Yeah, they do.
everybody could obviously appreciate how good a quality the film,
Yeah.
scripting and the
and
story.
it's an indie film too. Like
It felt like, I don't know, it felt like NWA 8 Mile in
Yeah.
Northern Ireland. Like
Yeah.
it was fucking lethal, like an origin story. It was class.
And I just thought, like, and I know, like, with the talk about their drugs and the music and all, and that's like a separate thing. But I actually thought it was funny because, do you know, was it the rad Republicans Against Drugs in the movie, and they're like, stop singing about drugs, but it turns out they're the ones dealing the drugs. But that is it. All them paramilitaries are like. So that's why I thought it's like I really feel like it's taking the piss out of that.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, do you know, it's like art imitating life sort of stuff. So I thought it was like,
Yeah.
like people don't really get the satire out of that,
It
but
was
I think it
definitely
was good.
like with a magnifying glass. It wasn't like, obviously a lot of it was true in terms of the narrative of it, but it was just like blew up in a bigger way, and I just thought it was like brash in your face, and it was
Like
really good.
I think as well, just from do you know, like you just kind of forget that, like, you know, we're just so small here. Like Rich Papiat, the director, won the debut directorial
Yeah.
thing at the BAFTAs, and it was like Selena Gomez read that out, and she was like, Rich Papiat for kneecap, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm hearing Selena Gomez say the word kneecap.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a Belfast term. Like, she's probably sitting there. I just think, like, but then some people would say, oh, like, they don't represent Northern Ireland, and that's not what we should be proud of. And I'm like, I think that's hilarious.
I think that's brilliant.
I
Well,
think, yeah, and like,
Represents a massive amount of
To
people.
Yeah.
be honest, I would rather kneecap than listen or watch anything to do with Titanic ever again. Am I wrong? Like,
we always make a joke that, like, Northern Irish tourism is terrorism and the Titanic.
That's it.
You come for, like,
100%.
the murals around West Belfast
Oh, aye.
about the Troubles, and then a ship that sank. Like,
depressing as fuck. Like, depressing as fuck. And at least kneecap are being a wee bit more cheery and a bit of crack. Like,
aye. And they're like, I think they're like doing good for young people and stuff, and they're steering
The
them away
language
from
anyway as well.
all that far right sort of stuff down south and all too. They're like, yeah. So, but I'm not saying whether I like them either.
she doesn't like him. We actually had Glormar Filcha here. They're like the Irish speaking,
Yeah.
and they've started sort of embedding themselves into Marfelt. And they mentioned it. We asked them on the podcast, and we were kind of. Well, I thought they were maybe going to say they weren't really sure about them, you know, of their influence, but they were like, yeah, just not that it was a turning point for them. They've been working so hard for years to revitalize the language in the area.
Yeah.
But then that's a great lift that kneecap have helped as well.
For younger
All those
generation.
different little communities, it is a bit of a lift to it.
Definitely has, because it makes it, I think, like, I actually know middle-aged people who have started doing Irish classes again, sort of because of it, because it's not as boring. Like, you're just learning about, you know, how to say you went on your holidays or whatever in Irish class and stuff. So, and I know obviously as well, like, you got Linda Irvine up in East Belfast as well. Like, I know people from the Protestant community who are like reclaiming the Irish language, because that's another thing. Like, it's obviously been so politicised. I remember finding a wee book in, like, a wee bookshop in Derry City, and it was about the Presbyterians and
Irish language,
yeah, back in
They
like the
all-
17th and 18th centuries, yeah, and
There was a lot of them learned Irish because they were planting it over here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we had to learn their language so we can communicate to them.
yeah, and Irish was their first language stuff, but just obviously it's been.
Yeah, it just shows
like
the
here.
as well.
political sphere in Northern Ireland is just not destroyed, but it has like.
It's like anything over here. It's like lying
It's
in the
poisoned.
sand.
It's poisoned different parts of people's
Yeah.
heads on what it is to be a part of this country and the island and the north of Ireland as well. Like, it's strange. Like, it's very sad in some cases. But anyway, what I was going to say in terms of journalism, media, and our community and all of the north, what do you feel like? How do you feel the temperament is at the moment in the north? Like, what is the actual feeling in journalism? Do you feel that politics is still very heavy on everybody's minds, or do you feel like it's not as worried about or not as talked about?
I think that, like, sort of what I was saying earlier about how I think a lot of people are really disillusioned with politics, and I think a lot of people lump politicians in the mainstream media in together, like we're all working in cahoots. I do think we are like as we were saying, like a mini version of like America. So nearly like what's happening over there with like, well, in terms of like, look what's happening in Ballymena here and stuff, and like race riots and all that sort of stuff, and everyone's. I feel like there's a far bigger divide, and I don't really know, and I even think like even the fact that like if you go into like a unionist loyalist community, they have Israel flags. If you go into a Republican nationalist community, they have like Palestine flags. Like, I feel like we're just a massive like microcosm of like how polarized the world is in general.
Like a side kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's so hateful. Like, social media is, I know what you were saying earlier too, John, about how like you love to just get rid of social media altogether. Like, in many, obviously it's been so good. Like, I don't know if I could do my job without it. I know I don't think I could, but like I wish social media never existed. Like, it's the like I don't know how. I think just things are getting. I'm so pessimistic. I just think things are getting worse. Like,
yeah. And there's a couple of I'm doing it on social media too, but there's a couple of pages on Instagram that I follow, and it's like 1980s. It's like a 1980s page.
yeah.
And I was obviously born in the 90s, but I feel like 80s was just a fucking class era. Like, I just think in general, like, it looked...
Maybe not in this country.
No. But no, obviously not.
70s were bloodier.
So, not in the Northern Irish
I know what you mean. No,
I know what you
in the
mean.
simplicity
in the
sense.
simplicity of life. Jude, sorry you left there.
Did you miss that?
I wasn't... They mistook what I was getting
He wants to go pre-Good Friday Agreement.
I was like, let's go pre-Free Friday. No, I was talking about the simplicity of life in the 1980s, not in the north of Ireland. But
But he worded it, I wish we could go back to the 1980s.
the reason being is there's this Instagram page that I follow, and there's actually a bit of AI involved in it.
The irony too, like,
and they make these videos, and they make these images or whatever, and some of it's not AI, some of it is actually things from the 80s, but it's from all over the world, mainly I think America and different countries and stuff.
Yeah.
But it shows people like socializing in a natural way without technology.
Yeah.
And when I look at it and see them, I actually just feel like, I wish.
Nostalgia,
But I wasn't born in the 80s. I'd never seen that before.
But nostalgia is a weird thing. Those things there.
rose tinted.
But my psyche is, I would like the world to be like that.
I think though, see what you're, and this is what, like, see whenever some of the, like you know, the guys that were like trying to attack that delivery driver in Conswater and stuff was right. Was something like that happened in work. It wasn't exactly that, but it was something like that. And I turned around in the office and I just said out loud, I was like, these boys need a sport, like. And one of the boys laughed and was like, what? And I was like, they need to just have a hobby. And I think sports like that, like, and even now, like, I haven't looked at my phone apart from to Google a journalism movie since being with you.
Yeah.
But like, see when you're playing a sport for like that hour and a half, 2 hours, you're not on your phone. Like, you're just like thinking about not dying, being out of breath. But do you know what I mean? Like, I just like, you need things like that in life where you're not looking at a phone constantly.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying as well.
No, but I think that's what you're saying. Like, even doing this, like, just freaking, I know we have like microphones now, but just talking to people.
So true.
See people
So true.
and see what you were saying about too, Jude, about like in terms of like TikTok, like we have curated our algorithms to be quite good or whatever, but This is another.
So easy it could twist.
Can be a poison.
Oh, like another aside, but there's a English journalist, Mariana Springs, and she's like, I think she's actually called like the misinformation or online disinformation correspondent for BBC, and like she's young, like, but she does podcast documentaries and TV documentaries, and she did this experiment where she started a TikTok account but put in the details as if she was like a 14 or 16-year-old boy. And if you go on TikTok, I remember when I first got TikTok, like all these weird videos were coming up for me, like schoolgirls pretending to go with each other and all. And my sister was like, don't sit and watch anything fully that you don't want to see, because that will like flip past whatever you definitely don't want to see, and that's how you create your algorithm. And Mariana Springs to this experiment where like it basically took no time at all. The information that she put in was as if she was a teenage boy, and so quickly all this right wing like sexist stuff started coming up, and then it was so easy to like curate this algorithm that was just like Andrew Tate hating women, hating like foreign people, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's so easy to just fall down a rabbit hole of like shite, and then when you just start watching like hateful stuff, more hateful stuff, that's what I mean about them boys needing to get in a hobby, like.
TikTok's not unique there, like Google.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah.
That's true. As a whole.
No, I get that.
Just your algorithm,
I'm
like.
kind of like, it's all in the same. But
But
TikTok's good fun on
TikTok's
Yes.
doing it quicker at a faster pace.
It's because it's videos. It's because it's short form videos. But that's what I mean in terms of like, whenever I see people doing stuff, I'm like, you need it. And everyone, like, one of the best things I was taught in that journalism course, and this is like 7 years ago, was like, I don't particularly like the Sun newspaper, because I'm a Liverpool fan, and obviously the way they treated like Hillsborough and all. But like, you still need to be reading and consuming people you don't agree with. You should still know what they're thinking and what they're reading and what they're doing, because if you just start, and that's what I mean about algorithms, like everyone's stuck, and I love that term echo chamber, but everyone just creates their own wee algorithm, and then they just see what they want to see, and whether that's hateful or not, or whatever your political view is, and then you don't see anything else. And then that's why it's also polarised. That's why I'm like, no, you should keep an eye on what other people think, and you should have conversations. You shouldn't just block people out because they do have a different point of view. But then that is the way you end up going with social media, like. And that's why if you play a sport, you'll meet people from different like walks of life and learn different things. Yeah.
That's why we shouldn't be a big bunch of racist bastards.
Yeah, no, it's scary that stuff's getting more and more. That's happening more and more in this country.
It is scary, like, but then I think, I have to be careful what I say here, but I think it's so much of that is political leadership on certain
of this country,
of everywhere, like mainland Britain, like coming out and being like, oh, we condemn, these people getting their homes and their businesses burnt out. Like, words are cheap, like.
That's not good enough.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I think we're already polarised in Northern Ireland because there's the orange and the green divide. Like I always say, like I have a friend that lives in Dublin, and obviously it's not perfect down there. Like it's actually really frigged up down there in terms of like housing, and I get why people are angry about housing, and then they blame migrants and all the rest of it. Like that's I actually think they're worse for that down there at the minute. Yeah. But like I feel like even during COVID, like the Northern Irish government waited to see what the Republic was doing and what mainland Britain was doing before doing anything. We made a decision, and then we made like a combination of the two. That's what I mean. Like, but I was saying to my friend, like I was like, at least in Dublin, your politics are politics. Like it is about housing and stuff. Whereas up here, it's like, is it Catholic? Is it Protestant? Is it orange? Is it green? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we are, but I think we are getting better for that in some ways, but then in other ways it's going worse.
I were just there whenever I was out. What was I going to say? It was about the you were mentioning there about the boys on say TikTok at a certain age seeing things, and obviously Instagram, and the algorithm suits certain narratives and certain different things. It comes back to the different countries that you're in. I feel that they push the narrative in those ways to the people in their areas, for example. So I heard someone say, or one of you say there, that that happens everywhere, but it happens in a country or community way in the different areas to suit the narrative of the people that are looking top down, deep state. No, not deep state. Do you really
think like some dickhead of a politician, like we see some of our politicians don't have many brain cells? Do you think that they are up there having meetings with Elon Musk and picking
No,
Jimmy Jones?
no. We'll go deep here on it. I think it all comes back to money. I think money does rule the world. Money's in everything. And I think that that's basically what everything comes from. You know, so politicians, whatever, I'm not saying that they're being puppet mastered or whatever. They maybe don't realise it or they don't know it. But I think it's potentially corporations, companies, and it's their money that's driving the narratives of everybody in a sense. And that's
capitalism.
It's capitalism. Yeah. But I don't think people think about that enough or pay attention to it enough.
Do you know, even like you saying this as well, Joe, it's made me think, because everyone wants to talk to me about the Bonnie Blue stuff and like Bonnie Blue and feminism and is Bonnie Blue feminist or not. And we all watched, I was very late watching. Did you see your documentary?
I know what happened. I know what she's doing.
Aye, right.
We
were all talking about it in work and everyone was like, oh, is it feminist? Her doing what she wants to. And I was like, feminism actually doesn't come into this. I was like, this is absolute capitalism at its peak. Bonnie Blue, in that she has this assistant, basically Josh, who I think is secretly in love with her, but
he needs to get in line.
Come here. He just talks about how she's just this incredible genius. She's like such a good businesswoman, right? And she is. And then at the documentary sort of ends with she's about to fly out to do that podcast, Andrew Tate, and the Channel 4 journalist doesn't go with her. They sort of end it there, and they're talking like, and Bonnie Blue rage baits, all that stuff, like, I ain't going to sleep with your husbands and your husbands prefer me to you, and I'm going to do this and that, and people are illegal. She's dead behind the eyes for a start. It's a character. I don't think, it's a complete character. Then Josh comes in, like assistant, and he's like, oh, I love Andrew Tate. And the journalist is like, oh, do you? And he's like, oh, marketing genius. And all I thought was, oh my God, this is all just money. It's just, whatever. I'm not even sure Andrew Tate's a bad man in general, but like everything is just like, and it comes back to this whole of like thing of nothing's real. I don't think Andrew Tate's like real. Like I don't think Bonnie Blue's real, but everything they do is money because views is turned into money. So like that's what you're saying. It's capitalism.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking about the front door lock.
No, you're okay.
The front door is locked. What I was going to say there. So what you were getting to and what I'm getting to as well is whoever wants to get ahead, they need to be willing to sell their soul enough for the money. I do. In all facets.
It does.
In all facets. If you're able to sell your soul enough, you can make a lot of money. And I'm not saying businesses, I just mean people in general.
But because we all have sorry I interrupted you there, but we all have platforms now. We all have, and in some ways, everyone thinks that's really good because the people have a voice, but it's like it's just the narcissist
just explodes in everyone.
But that's what I mean. Like everyone takes on these personas, and like I just think so much of it is fake. I think so much of what people put out there, they don't believe themselves. It's just like what's going to get them. Yeah. That's why Joe Rogan, anytime anyone comes on, he's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, yeah. Like I agree. And he's like, no, you fucking agree with
I only found out recently that Bonnie Blue was married and married to a real successful, rich family.
She was with him from she was like a teenager.
And then left him and then decided to do all this stuff.
Well, in the middle of the documentary shows him. And he appears.
He works for her now.
Well, then they said in the documentary, then later on, it's like her and him separated, and doesn't say why. So
probably all the writing.
Who knows? Who actually?
We're talking about the same Bonnie Blue here, aren't we? Aye. That's he probably why.
Up. And the other thing is, and we were all saying this in work too, that documentary wasn't very good in that we all feel that the journalist didn't really push her on certain things, and why she's the way she is. But then we were also like, do you know what it is? Her team was definitely controlling that. No, don't ask this, don't ask that. And Channel 4 knew that the documentary would do well just for the fact that they got her.
It's trending.
So they couldn't ask her. They nearly valued just having a Bonnie Blue documentary over actually. I'd love to see her with Louis Theroux. Louis Theroux. But
there's that whole thing about Louis Theroux at the minute with that TikToker. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
TikTok something.
I have no idea
his
who that
name
guy is, but he was threatening them and stuff.
I know what this is.
But I was just going to say
that
you mentioned Luther. That comes back to having a real conversation and the real conversation being the real narrative and messaging that people listen to, rather than this hyped up background staff controlling Bonnie Blue and all those other narratives and influencers and shit.
Yeah. Louis Theroux will have that too.
100%.
He does it better, and he does it for himself. He has it for his persona to make money, but I think in an ethical, less soul-destroying way, to be honest, like in terms of his career. In terms of his career.
I just mean he's got a team and it's
of course.
It's not just him and his own newspaper.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think like, and this is, I don't know, like the BBC has its own issues and stuff too, but I don't think, you know, people want the BBC got rid of, and like we don't want to pay. I think RT is the same. They're like mostly licensed fee paid as well, but like I do think there should be media that is paid for TV license or whatever by the people, because that is like, no matter what people say, like there's some things the BBC gets wrong and there's some things get right, but they're meant to be, I think it's getting harder and harder for them to do this, but they're meant to be totally unbiased. They're not meant to have opinions. They're not meant to say either which way, but they have programs that are like,
not the case though.
They have like, but I think Louis Theroux is an example of, I don't think a good journalist, you shouldn't really know what their opinion is, and I don't think you ever know what Louis Theroux's politics are.
Yeah.
He just asks questions of everyone and he treats everyone the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's the same across all BBC, ITV, Channel 4 outlets, but I do think like...
Well, that's why he was a breath of fresh air whenever he came into the
and
interview.
He's so awkward.
Yeah,
that's what made him
I think
great.
that's what makes it. Like he's so like relatable and stuff.
Yeah, because you feel less awkward being there listening to him because he's already being the awkward one.
And he has the owl, like, and the awkward silences, I think, work, because if there's silence, the other people want to like fill the silence, and they just start spilling their guts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that to you all night. You said something, I'm just like...
I do talk
just
too
wait
much,
for me
though,
to say
like,
it. Look, we're going to wrap it up. Really appreciate you coming on, Niamh.
Yeah, that was
thanks for
brilliant.
having me, lads. Thanks for the Guinness.
Tell me this. Thank you to the Flax. Flax is
thanks, Flax.
our big sponsor. The Good Room here. There's plenty to do here at the Good Room. Stag, hen, day 2 for a wedding. Christening. I had my son's christening here last year. Fantastic. Great for events. They do events nights all the time. But Niamh, for our listeners and our viewers, what can you hope for within journalism and messaging in the future for our country?
That's an easy question. My big thing...
Harder my movie question.
I'm still annoyed about that movie
I gotta
question.
go home and look up these new questions. My big thing would be, and this is something I was actually doing this with BBC NI's education team. We were going around like a load of schools around Northern Ireland earlier this year trying to teach kids how to spot misinformation and stuff online. And I actually think adults need taught this more than 14-year-olds. 14-year-olds are far more clued in than a lot of middle-aged people. But my big thing is like just getting people to not believe everything they see online. And I think when I say that, people are like, oh, you're mainstream media, you're a journalist, you want to... Like, I don't want to control anyone's narrative, but I just want people to be like have critical thought. Thinking. And like I'm also like, don't even believe everything I say online, but like I do go and I genuinely like research stuff, and I really do try to make sure stuff is correct. And like the other thing is like if I report on something someone says, people come and shoot the messengers if I'm saying it. I'm like, no, this politician said this business person said this, whatever. But like I think the main thing is like, don't just believe stuff because it suits your narrative, whatever that narrative is. I don't care if it's like right or left wing, but like I think we just need to teach people more critical thinking. The law needs to keep up with technology because everyone's just defaming everybody online and talking absolute shit most of the time. So yeah, I think my hope would just be like we could like teach people to have critical thinking and just like spot misinformation, disinformation, all that stuff more.
Be a bit more open to other potential narratives. I think is probably what you're saying as well.
Just be fucking dead on, lads. You know,
like I know for sure, like the shit we talk on this podcast, or sometimes I'm definitely wrong on some of the stuff I've said.
That's why we called it Sure What.
That's why we called it Sure What Do We Know. And I definitely, whenever I am mentioning stuff, well, not on the podcast, but just in general, learning about stuff, I look at about 4, 5, 6 sources. You know, is this real?
Yes.
Is this true? And I think like in the days now of AI and everything, like it's getting scary about how easy it's going to be to fake things.
It's so. My thing too is like I was actually sent this to Eamon Holmes the other day because he was like his whole life because I was interviewing him and he was saying my whole life people have said to me, you need to be in sport, you need to be entertainment. And he's like, I like doing a bit of everything in journalism. And I'm kind of like that too, because like I'm just sort of interested in everything. But people come to me and be like, how do you not know this? You're a journalist. And I'm like, but I'm not meant to know everything. Like I like finding stuff out, but that's why I think like I like talking to people with different opinions to be like, oh, like that's interesting. Like, because I think like if you're just constantly talking to people who agree with you all the time, so boring. Like, so like it's nice to see, and like you doing this podcast, as you say, like you talk to people that you would never talk to otherwise. I like that about my job, because I'm like, well, that's interesting, and like, you know, why do you think that way, or do you know what I mean? Because like so many people, like there's people in West Belfast who have never met a Protestant outside, like, or anyone outside of West Belfast. There's people in East Belfast who have never met a Catholic or met anyone outside of East Belfast. I think that's insane.
That is insane.
Because I've met them. I met a wee girl and she was like, "You're the first Catholic I've ever met." She was a kid, yeah. And I was like, "That's," and she's like 15. I was like, "That's part of the problem." Yeah, as integrated education, we need all that too. That's a different, we'll do a different podcast. But yeah, so that's my hope, is that everyone just learns to critical think and actually just listens to each other instead of jumping down each other's throats. But I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, fantastic. We'd love to have you on again.
Thanks, lads.
I would definitely love to have you on again.
100%.
Thank you.
I have
It's really
so
nice.
much more I want to talk about. Like, I literally like going, oh, I've got a tangent to go on.
We went on so many tangents.
I do that. Like, I'm like, Leo always says that to me. He's like, you cannot stick to a story.
No,
Just
that's
segue.
perfect for us. Like, I really enjoyed that episode. Thank you very much, Niamh.
Thank you, lads.
Hope you had a really good time.
I did.
Fergal, you have a good time.
I had a great
Jude,
time.
Jude was very talkative tonight. That was great.
I kept looking to do like an off stage aside.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Jude was like this here to me the whole time. Oh, don't mention Epstein. Don't mention Epstein.
That's your biggest blunder.
Aye, you missed that. That was hilarious.
Let's go back to the 80s.
What was the book?
The 80s. Let's go back to the
Let's go
80s.
back to 1971.
The British Army were doing checkpoints.
In New York City.
The Ra was blowing everybody up. And
New York City.
It was just your reaction to it. It was so funny.
I just looked at Fergal and I was like, and that's coming.
Anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you to all our listeners and our followers. You're all great. We hope you enjoyed that episode, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Niamh.
Bye. Thanks.
Play the bore on out.
Thanks, lads.
Oh, that was unreal.
Oh, thank you for